Okay.
We should be live.
Where's your
Okay,
intro music?
everybody, welcome to Concern Trolling the Stream. I will be your host, Smeth, and this is Mike.
That's a shitty intro. Do that again with more energy.
What do you have to say for yourself?
What'd you call it? What's this called?
Concern
Wait,
Trolling the Stream.
what is this called? Concern?
Yeah.
Alright. Welcome to Concern Trolling the Stream. Your host is Smith, a psycho motherfucker who's obsessed with a guy who claims to be a pedophile online. Being interrogated by some drunk asshole from Discord.
Yeah.
Come on, a little more energy.
Alright.
So, why are we here tonight, Smith?
I don't know. I didn't really prepare much. I knew of all my streams so far, you've been the far most prepared person. Like we got together and we were talking about it 15 minutes early, so we got the sound already. No other fucking streamer has done shit like that. All these people are awful at their job. This is the only person who doesn't even stream, and he's that prepared.
Well, yeah, it's called having a job and getting shit done, unlike most streamers. I learned a little bit of responsibility in my life. But no one gives a fuck about that, so we all want to know, why are you so obsessed with MrGirl?
I'm not. I like him.
Uh,
I'm a fan of his content. Not so much his streaming as much as his videos.
Alright. Okay, so we're gonna start off with lies up front.
Lies?
Okay, so maybe let's backtrack a little bit, but I'm gonna keep that in mind. So, who is MrGirl to you?
Who is MrGirl to me?
Mm-hmm.
A streamer and content creator.
How did you find him?
After watching Destiny, he went on Destiny. I saw him.
Is that all?
Yeah.
So, like, but what would you say you became like a big fan of his? How long was that process? Were you like hooked in at like the first video, or did you like give him a few videos, or what?
He talked about things in a way that I really could relate to, from a psychoanalytic perspective. It's kind of there's not a lot of representation of that kind of thought, and that's how I've always been as a person. So I was like, wow, there's actually someone analyzing things the way I'd like to hear it.
Like, can you give an example of like kind of one of his takes that really like resonated with you?
Just the general application of empathy into most situations. And it really helped that he would use himself as an example, like talking about or trying to have empathy for people that'll beat their wives and stuff by talking about how he hit his wife or something, that kind of thing.
So, what is actually empathy is kind of like a key word MrGirl likes to use a lot. What do you think empathy is?
I think empathy and to psychoanalyze someone, you have to have empathy for them. You understand them, you understand their feelings, where they're coming from, you put yourself in their shoes. I don't think that he's showing a lot of empathy lately, and you would agree, and I don't like that, and I don't enjoy that.
So, for people at home who may not even know MrGirl, like, what has he been doing lately that makes you think that?
He's investigating what he thinks is sexual misconduct by Destiny, or either sexual misconduct or just like abuse of his power in the streaming dynamic.
So I know like MrGirl doesn't exactly say what the abuse he is talking about directly. He's just saying he was abusing things other people are being abused. Do you have any idea what that would be, or why do you think he thinks he's abused?
Well, I could speak for what I think he thinks, but just to be clear, this is his fight, not mine.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm just curious what you think of it.
What do you think of it?
I think he's an insane motherfucker.
Yeah, but what do you think he thinks?
I think he is delusional enough to think he was abused by people making fun of him on a subreddit, so he decided
Yeah,
to launch a hate campaign.
it's yeah, sure. That's a one way to put it, but yeah, he believes he was abused by the dynamic and by Destiny's community and Destiny, I guess.
Do you think that's abuse?
I go back and forth. I can see both sides. I can understand. So I can see the behaviors that MrGirl is calling abuse, and I can see how those would negatively impact people. And I also can understand. I think a lot of those behaviors are also protective, and like they're there for a reason. I don't think Destiny could do what he does without protecting himself in such a way. Like the core example would be like banning like counter jerk movements from his subreddit. Well, like, so if you're like attached to him as like an orbiter and you have like different ideas, and then like a lot of people latch onto your ideas, and then you start growing, that would be bad for Destiny. So like, it makes sense, and I can see both sides. Like, it just genuinely makes sense from both sides why they both feel the way they do.
Well, I don't think it was necessary that MrGirl's ideas were hurting Destiny. I think it was more MrGirl was saying Destiny's doing harm by having Nick Fuentes on his stream, and saying it was saying crazy shit like he's helping propagate Nazis and shit.
Yeah, that was the issue at the time. You're right.
Yeah, so it's unnecessary that because MrGirl was being well liked in the Destiny subreddit. I think it was that he was attacking.
He had a criticism of Destiny, and that criticism was catching traction.
That he kept unrelenting pushing on Destiny subreddit. So yeah, Destiny's mod banned him. Because I think if I was a political guy and I had my friend call me a Nazi in my subreddit all the time, I'd probably ban him too. Or say I not call me a Nazi, but say I was aiding Nazis. Do you think that's a little fair? I don't think that's necessarily like super protective. I think that's kind of just what you do if you're a big creator.
I'm not sure. I don't think you have to, but I get it. Most people would.
Do you think he's wrong for doing that?
I think it is commonplace, and like I said, most people would. But I think it's possible. I think you can get away with not doing that. I think you'd be fine. I think
but okay. So this is about how you think about all this stuff. So let's say you were Destiny. Would you have banned MrGirl from the Real Smith subreddit?
It's easy for me to make a decision on this right now, but I can't say for sure how I would feel in Destiny's shoes. But I would like to think that I wouldn't have. To be clear, that was more. I'm pretty sure that was more forethought's choice. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really care about that.
The Reddit, but whatever.
Yeah, I think the whole subreddit thing is completely retarded. I'm just curious what you thought about it.
I don't really care about this subreddit shit, honestly. I think Reddit just is a toxic place. If you want healthy conversations, Reddit is not. I heard from you that you've collected some of my Reddit posts and comments and shit, and you want to bring them up to me. And yeah, I have tried. I have never used Reddit before the past like month. And I got into it. I was like, you know what? There's something to Reddit. And then I learned, you know what? There's not something to Reddit. Reddit is not a place to share new ideas or have productive conversation for the most part. It's really hard to find a place in Reddit to have a fucking productive conversation.
Yeah, so the Reddit post I'm looking at right now.
Which one?
It's called "Are Men's Rights part of feminism. I
Mhm.
believe so.
Mhm.
Do you remember that one?
Mhm.
How long ago was it posted? Because I just have a PDF of it, so I don't know the exact date this was posted.
I don't know. It was
Just
like a week
ballpark. Was it
ago,
with a week
week
ago?
and a half ago, or a week ago.
Okay, so it was pretty recent.
Yeah,
Do you remember what you said in this Reddit post?
generally.
Like a quick summary of it, because it's
Um,
4 paragraphs long. I'm not gonna read it all out loud.
it was something like, um, I think the beginning was saying that, like a lot of men that are dissatisfied with women, end up being, or men, or that are two things: either dissatisfied with women, or feel like their rights are not being like advocated for, like men's rights activists, those kind of people, end up ostracized by productive conversation and productive communities, and they end up only being able to collaborate and mingle with like insane, crazy people, and then the only way to advocate for quote unquote men's rights is to end up in these like communities with some like extremist asshole incel people and stuff. But I think that there that they shouldn't be ostracized, and they should be like absorbed, because I think when I say dissatisfied with women, what I'm saying is I think women are also dissatisfied with their place in society, and I think that men that are dissatisfied with women, especially progressive men in particular.
All right, okay, cool. Everyone gets the point. Cool. So
That was
I
the
just want
first
to
paragraph.
yeah, I just asked for a quick summary, not the
Well, I'm
whole
trying to
thing. All right, so I just want to read a sentence off of here that kind of stuck out to
Which
me
paragraph's
personally.
it from?
The third paragraph.
Okay, that's not the one I was talking about just now, just to be clear.
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying this one sentence kind of stuck out to me.
Hmm.
I believe it's inevitable that women who date men will end up hating men in some ways.
Hmm.
What do you mean by that?
Um, it also because of your parents too. I think I mentioned that. Maybe I didn't. Um,
Okay, but what that one sentence? Let's focus. What
from
do you
both,
mean
oh
by?
no, from both your parents and from dating, you're going to have negative experiences with men and women. And men are going to be socialized in certain ways that you're not going to like, and women are going to be socialized in certain ways that you're not going to like. And no matter if you're a man or a woman, if you're a lesbian or if you're gay, there's going to be things that you don't like about these groups of people that you interact with. Maybe it's where you live, but you're going to see behaviors and stuff that you just don't like, and you're going to have negative feelings about it. And I think that's inevitable. But just because it's inevitable doesn't mean you have to be like a sexist or a racist or whatever. What I think is you should talk about it. And the most intimate conversations and most healthy, humanizing, warm conversations that I've had with women that I'm intimate with, that I'm close with, are conversations where I talk about the things I don't like about women and them, and the things they don't like about me and men.
Oh, what are some things you don't like about women?
Um, the one I think that I brought up in that post that has been on my mind lately, because the only one on
Is
my
that
mind.
they're whores? I know. Me too.
No,
I agree.
no, but
Oh,
it was
sorry.
that they
Ah,
have like a monopoly on being nurtured. Like
what do you mean by that?
everybody wants to nurture women, but when men are struggling, or men become homeless, or men are, you know, not doing well, they're lonely, it's just, well, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. But when women are suffering, and then everybody wants to help them, and they get it in a lot of different ways. And sometimes women get taken advantage of as part of this, and that's not good. But overall, we do care about women more than we care about men,
Yeah,
and I think that's part of the
but
problem.
but in this specific context, you're talking about when dating. That's my question. Do you
Right.
think when dating, women are more nurtured than men?
Yes, absolutely.
In what way?
I think that women tend to so women have the selection in the sexual marketplace, so they get to choose who they date. So they don't have to date loser men. They can just be like, okay, I'm gonna date a guy that's making more money. Women very frequently will date older men, and men that are more established and have better lives and have more skills. And those skills and those men have a lot of mentorship they can give to those women, those younger women they end up dating, and those women end up benefiting from those things. Like I said, in this dynamic, a woman can be taken advantage of. It's not a good plan for your life.
Okay, so do you really think that's really that common in the real world? Like, there's very few women I've met in my. Like, what do you mean by a lot?
But maybe I have bias because I went to art school, and a lot of these women that were in art school ended up dating older guys who just like groom them in the good way, where you how you have someone helping you become an adult. You know what I mean? And
okay, what's the age gap you're talking about?
Like 5 years, something like that. When you're in your early 20s.
Okay, but I don't know. From what I see, just in my day-to-day life, most people are dating probably within a couple of years of themselves, and I'm about 24 years old.
Well, so like being 23, being 23 and dating a 25-year-old guy is still going to be like being a 23-year-old guy and dating a 25-year-old woman is going to be really beneficial to you, because she's got those 2 years of being an adult that you don't have, and she's going to be able to help you manage that transition much better.
Not
and
really.
Men don't get that.
There's not really that. Oh no, but okay. So even there's like say like a 2-year age gap. It's not going to be that big of a difference.
In your early 20s, right? It does. In your early 20s. Not in your 30s. Not in your late 20s.
25 are basically the same.
I don't think so. Especially experience-wise.
What's the big difference?
23 and 25, the difference is 2 years of being out of college and surviving on your own and figuring life out. The 25-year-old probably has done his own taxes. The 25-year-old will know more about like getting a job, applying for jobs and shit. The 25, all these types of things like that you can have help with if you're dating someone that's a little bit older in your early 20s.
Yeah, but they're not going to have that much experience where it's like really a big difference,
It's a little bit, but overall, women tend to date older, and they have the choice to do that, and they prefer to do it. And a lot of women are sick of loser men, and they resent these loser men. Well, why don't you just do better if you're so lonely and women, you don't deserve love, you don't deserve affection.
Yeah, but that sentiment I only see online. I've never met anyone who actually talks like that in real life.
I have, but I've been in like major metropolitan areas and stuff like that, and that's where I see that. I don't see that in like rural areas. Well, what I'm talking about is among progressive men and women. It doesn't apply to like rednecks fucking, and that's totally different. Well, I guess
I live in a pretty progressive city, and I don't really see people talk like that.
I have.
Is this like one person, or like is it a lot of people, or what?
Plenty. And so that's the kind of conversation I want to have like with a woman, where she says she's sick of loser men, and that's fine. And I want to hear her talk about that with me, and then I'll talk about the things I don't like about women, and then we look at each other like human beings, and we're like, okay, this is how we feel about each other, but it doesn't mean we have to hate each other.
Okay, so when the women you're talking about saying I'm tired of loser men, do you think they're talking about like, oh, this guy who's my age, 22, whatever, doesn't have like a professional career, or maybe they're talking about like just the assholes they dated?
No, I'm talking about the guys that like they don't have their shit together. They don't have any skills, or they don't they're just not making enough money, and that kind of thing. Mostly stability in life and money.
Yeah, but are women talking about that, or are you inferring that?
I've heard women talking about that.
So you think most women are after much older guys who are more successful than guys their age?
I think smart women are women who put a lot of thought into who they want to date. Women,
Do you,
especially women who have very bad experiences with asshole guys, and then they're like, okay, I cannot be with another asshole guy, so I'm gonna really, because women know that they have the selection in the sexual marketplace. They're like, okay, I need to really pick who I'm gonna date, and then they're like, okay, I need to date. Sick of fucking dating younger guys. They fucking suck. Oh yeah, I agree, because younger women suck too. Dating younger people sucks. So they're like, okay, I want to date an older guy with more experience. He's going to be more mature. I want to date a guy with more money and a more stable life, and he's already settled into his life, and I don't need to help him figure out shit. You know, most men though, when they date women, they're like, you know what? I'm going to have to help her figure out shit. That's a burden men take on that women don't take on, and that's
but that's the thing. I don't think most people think in terms like that. I think when it comes to dating, you just kind of meet someone you have chemistry with, and you start
women
dating.
that have negative experiences with men, and then like they go into they're like 22 or 23, and they've had these shitty experiences with shitty men. They become very selective about who they want to date now. I've seen it plenty of times.
So are you talking about the majority of women, or just this like segment of weird artistic girls at your art college?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I have a bias in my observations. So I'm willing to be proven wrong, but that's what I've seen and feel and experience.
So okay, fine. No, let's say what you're saying is true. How do you cope with that?
I nothing. I'm just talking about it because I've been streaming and stuff, and it's a social issue that I feel strongly about, so I talk about it. But it's not like, I don't think that bitching about shit really makes changes anything. You know.
Are you sure?
Maybe online.
Okay, I was about to say I've known you for about a year. I feel like you've been talking like this even way before you were a streamer.
I guess. I like to talk about my emotions and how I feel, and express myself. But
Do you think you express yourselves always at like the right moment and right place, or do you feel like you ever kind of express yourself when it's kind of not warranted?
When have I expressed myself when it wasn't warranted?
I don't know, just kind of out of the blue, like in a Discord server, you just write a long paragraph, kind of just out of the blue.
Out of the blue in a Discord server, just, you know, it's not warranted. You know, nobody wants to see what you have to say in a Discord server.
I mean, when it's like 3 paragraphs long of your thoughts, most people don't want to read that.
I don't. If the only times I've ever done that are in like I used to write, like, you know, like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, there was like a period of like a couple weeks where I was writing big paragraphs in MrGirl's inbox, like big, like 5-paragraph things in his inbox. It's been a long time since I've done that. And
what kind of stuff would you say in his inbox?
Criticisms of his content and his opinions.
Oh, what are some of the opinions you disagree with?
I can't remember off the top of my head because I don't think about this shit all the time. I disagreed with his I got a good one. I disagreed with his take about ADHD. I agree that they shouldn't prescribe it to like kids so much, the meds. But his opinion that like you're doing society a disservice if you take ADHD meds and you should just stop taking them. I told him that he's doing society a disservice by dating a younger woman, and he should stop dating her. And it's equally as inappropriate of a thing to tell someone to do.
Why shouldn't he date a younger woman?
Why what?
Why shouldn't he date a younger woman?
Because of the thing that I was just talking about. I hate that dynamic. I hate that that's common. I hate that women get this big, because I would love to date an older woman, and I have tried dating older women, and it's just so hard to find.
Now we're into stuff I'm interested about.
It's easy to hook up with older women, but it's not easy to find an older woman who actually wants to date a younger guy.
Well, what kind of stuff did you do to try to attract older women?
Different period. For quite a while, I was a femboy for quite a while too.
To get older women?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
It works.
are you sure? Hmm.
Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah.
like that's how you get older men, maybe, but
No.
older.
Older women.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that worked out for you.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of describe a situation as a femboy that you would pick up an older woman.
Going on Tinder and dating applications and messaging older women and then eating them out.
Okay. Okay, but why do you think being a femboy is how you kind of like get older women? Why was that a thought you had?
Okay, so most men don't put a lot of work into their appearance and shit. Maybe they put a little, maybe they work out and shit. A femboy is just a boy, a man, a young man doing a lot of the shit that women do. Dressed, like spending an hour getting dressed, grooming their hair, shaving everything, and you turn yourself into a sexual object. And lo and behold, a lot of women are into that.
Yeah, are you trying to say femboys are just well-groomed guys?
No.
Is that what you're trying to say right now?
No.
Be honest. How'd you look?
Very well groomed. I also didn't work out, and I didn't eat a lot, and I would like starve myself to be a little bit extra skinny.
So you became bulimic?
No, just a little bit anorexic, a little bit, not a lot.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
and,
how'd you dress?
Very tight clothes. I still wear a lot of tight clothes, but I had a lot more. I had like a lot of leggings, and yeah, I would do my hair. I would have I had a scrunch technique. I would put this sculpting foam in, and I would dry it, like put it in while it's wet, and then keep scrunching it while it dried. And then once it was dry, then like I would only put a little in. Then once it was dry, I put more in. They keep scrunching so that I would have like an Edward Scissorhands kind of look, like where it would go all crazy. I would spend like an hour doing that. I would do it while I got dressed to be more efficient. Getting ready would take me about 2 hours.
Okay, so you would like go on like these like hot dates with older women wearing yoga pants and what, like a low cropped shirt?
Yeah, a little bit. I was a little bit self-conscious to wear a little crop shirt, but I did, and I'd wear like a choker or something and some accessories, maybe a little bit of makeup.
You like stroll into like the bar or whatever the fuck you guys meet at, wearing like your little yoga pants. You see like the older woman, and like, would you like pretend to like drop like your wallet and just like bend over and show off your ass to her?
No.
Kind of like as like a maiden actor.
I would find the women
What?
online. I would find the women online.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You met him on Tinder, but what? Did you just go straight to hook up, or you didn't go out anywhere before?
Um.
When you met up, when you first actually meet.
Yeah, older women, especially dating a younger guy, they're more likely to just fucking hook up. And like it's just like an older man dating a younger woman, and you just get tossed aside or whatever. But the thing is, older men are more likely to end up dating a younger woman. But older women don't want to date a younger guy. They just want to fuck you. They just want to have you eat them out. They don't care. Like that's very uncommon for them to want to actually be in a relationship with a younger guy. And I understand, because it sucks to date someone who's younger. They're annoying. They're stupid.
Are you sure it's because you're younger, or because you would dress like a femboy and they'd be embarrassed to be out in public with you? Maybe they wanted to fuck you.
I'm pretty sure.
Why do you think that?
Why do I think what?
That they just wanted to fuck you.
Why do I think they weren't embarrassed of me?
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
Because I'm just saying, if I was out with
good.
I'm just saying, if I was out with someone, even as a friend, who looked like a femboy, I'd be kind of embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, maybe older people probably share my view on the world a little bit more than your view on the world. A lot of older people are a little more traditional, and I think them seeing being out seen with a little femboy in yoga pants
I
with
wasn't.
a
I wasn't.
cropped up
What,
t-shirt
I
and a
wasn't
choker.
dating. I
but-
wasn't fucking. No traditional girls, motherfucker.
Oh, you're fucking like fat old women.
No, I would select for women that were into me, and I put a lot of work
Wait,
into
when
being
you
a
selected
sexual.
for women who were into you, what the fuck does that mean? Every guy selects for
Yes,
women who are into
yes,
them.
yes.
No, everyone selects people who are into them. That's kind of who you date.
Into
They're no-
femboys.
Oh, into femboys. Like
Yes.
describe these type
So
of
then
women.
they
What were
wouldn't.
they like?
They're into femboys, and then they're not going to be. I would assume they're not going. They're very progressive. Most of them were in fucking poly relationships, and they thought they. You know what? A lot of them thought. A lot of them.
Oh my god.
A lot of them thought they were lesbian until they met me, and they just and I what I realized was a lot of women, especially the ones that are into femboys, they're not, they think they're lesbian, but they just hate men. And when they see like a weaker man that's like, you know, like acting all like, I don't know what acting, but that's feminized a little bit and like doesn't work out, maybe younger, they're like, you know what, this guy doesn't scare me, and you know what, I'm not a lesbian, I just hate men, and I just need a weaker man to be around. And there's a lot of women like that.
Or maybe more likely they're just I'm thinking these are probably some fuck ugly chicks who are just desperate to get their pussy. Because you said you've never had actual penetrative sex, correct?
I don't want to talk about this with you right now.
Why?
Because you're just insulting me. I'm not ashamed of my sex life, but you're gonna, if I talk about like things I've done and stuff, you're just gonna use it to like, do you have an actual point to make?
Oh, my point is, I think the women who you hooked up with on Tinder probably were just horny and desperate, weren't even looking for relationships with anyone in general.
No, I was very selective of the attractiveness. I had to pick a litter. Tinder's very easy for me.
So what do you mean by selective?
I picked hot girls on Tinder. I picked girls that I thought were attractive.
Like, okay, describe like kind of like the
what
archetype
I think
of,
is
like,
attractive. No.
Yeah.
No.
What?
No.
Why?
Because I think it would be irresponsible and rude of me as a streamer to do that.
Wait, okay, why do you think that's irresponsible and rude? Say your preference.
Objectify women in like that way and talk about which women are hot and which women are not.
That's not objectify women by saying what your preference is.
And my fans that are watching this are gonna be like, oh, this is
what Seth likes. This is actually interesting. Do you think like you're obligated to your fans? Do you think you have like this big platform that you're gonna change a lot of minds?
I would like to.
Okay, yeah, but do you think you have that?
What kind of question? What are you like? Why do you want to know if I think that I have a big platform to change a lot of people's minds? Why do you want to know that?
Why? Because I'm interviewing you.
Well, then
I want to
answer
know.
It.
Okay. So
next question.
This kind of... So you made a post on the MrGirl subreddit called "An Emotional Letter from Smith to MrGirl." So I guess my one question is: was this a piece of satire or was it sincere?
Sincere.
Do you remember that post?
Yes.
Can you give like a quick summary of it to people who haven't read it?
All right. Before I was streaming, you mentioned to me you hadn't seen my hotline appearances, so it's very related to those. I hate telling the story. I've told it so many fucking times.
Okay.
I've told it so many fucking times.
But for like people listening, like the hotline is just when like the MrGirl guy would have his fans call in and just ask him questions. Is that wrong, or am I pretty correct on that?
I made a very provocative and artistic. I used it as my artistic medium, and I put a lot of work into it.
What kind of work did you put into it?
Like
Like, explain this to the audience so they can kind of understand where you're coming from before we go and do this post.
So the first one I talked about Death of the Artist. It wasn't that great, but I wasn't great at talking either. But I came out of a dog cage at the beginning, wearing just like boxers. Very provocative. Like, a lot of people were like, "Wow, what was going on there?" Nobody had done anything like that on the hotline. Everybody just fucking sits there and talks there and doesn't even have a camera. And I actually had shit to say. And then I did one about parasociality, because I was known for, in his Discord, for criticizing streaming and criticizing the way that streaming kind of just is all about parasociality. It's all, and like, so a streamer has a shit ton of barriers between you and them that they kind of put up themselves, and you kind of want their attention, and they make themselves visible to you, like, emotionally, but then you can't like be part of that conversation, and it's a shitty feeling, and it's actually a shitty feeling on both ends, and it's kind of set up that way. And I was talking about myself and my relationship to MrGirl as a fan, as a viewer, and that was what that was about. And I did a good job. I didn't do any projection, because I only talked about myself and my relationship to him. So I didn't talk about what I think he thinks or anything. I only talked about myself, and that was intentional. Lav was co-hosting on that. Now she goes by Leah now. And after I left, she criticized me for she didn't criticize me. She said that I shouldn't be let on again because I was too parasocial. But that was the point. I was making. I made an artistic, like, I presented the whole, like, I dressed like him on his album cover, and I had him on my TV, and because I was trying to paint a picture of parasociality. That was the point. And I thought that she undermined the thing I spent a week working on, the art project I'd spent a week working on.
Was MrGirl in on the little project you had on, or was it supposed to be like a surprise?
He got it. No, but he got it. He didn't like push back on her. He just changed the topic. But that pissed me off. So what's this post? So what I felt was happening was that she felt threatened by me, because she started off by going on the MrGirl hotline. So I felt that she was insecure about her relationship to MrGirl, especially because before that stream, I was watching her stream, and she was talking about how she thought he would be mad at her, but he was being very welcoming, and she was just insecure about her relationship with him. And so when I did this parasociality thing, and I was obviously making a big artistic project of the hotline, and trying to make something like of myself, and she was like, "Oh no, he shouldn't be let on. You shouldn't let him on. He's too parasocial. He's crazy." I thought she was being insecure. So that comes up in this post that you're talking about, because what I did after
you kind of talk a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm a little confused on the timeline. So did she say don't let him on after you got on, or?
Yeah, she wouldn't give me that. She didn't say that while I was on. She said it after I left the call.
Okay.
So which is what pissed me off. Like, if she said it while I was on there, I would have been able to defend myself, because I was prepared for that. But only after. So after that,
yeah.
So after that call, after I left the call, she did this for like a minute or two, or like 2 or 3 minutes, and then he just changes the topic, MrGirl, and he's like, he could tell she was insecure, so he showed her what Shaylin had made, which was the family portrait where she was the daughter, right? And he was trying to alleviate insecurity.
Let's not get too far ahead.
I'm literally right after. This is not right too far ahead. This is literally chronological, like minutes later.
Yeah, but let's tell a little bit of a narrative. Okay.
What narrative do you want to paint of this, motherfucker?
All right, so you got kicked off. You're a little bit butthurt. Then you wrote this long Reddit post.
No.
Correct?
No. Stop. No, that's not how this happened. You're wrong.
Okay.
You will.
All right. Let's spend 20 minutes Getting the exact details right. Go on.
Right. We will. So if you're trying to write a narrative about me in this fucking post that people are criticizing me for, then no, I'm going to give exact details.
Okay.
So she was insecure, and he wanted to alleviate that. Shaylin had made this portrait where they were like the parents and she was the daughter, and I'm sure that made her feel a lot better. And
really?
I'm probably in that context.
Did she say like?
Because she felt like she thought he still hated her. She thought he still hated her.
I just know, like, all I want is for a couple of psychos to draw a picture of me in their family portrait.
Right.
Okay,
right.
Go on.
Right. I have criticisms of that too, but that's different. That's a different topic than the topic that's about me. So, I could tell that she had I felt like she had kicked the ladder down because she became a streamer, having gone on the hotline, and then when I was doing that, she's like, "No, fuck him, kick down the ladder." That's what I felt. So after that, I took that portrait and I went into Photoshop for a couple hours and I replaced her face with mine, and then I posted it on Twitter and I
Wait,
posted.
You spent a couple hours on that?
Mm-hmm. And
wait, what drove you to spend hours on that?
I was just talking about that right now. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Go on. Sorry for interrupting.
So she, I could tell that she was being hurtful towards me because she was insecure about her relationship towards with MrGirl. So I replaced her face with mine and I posted it on Twitter and to her and I said, "This is how you see me." So I replaced your face with mine.
So it's kind of like a form of like sick revenge you get back at her.
Yeah, it was sick revenge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I deleted that because I asked Shaylin if she, how she felt about me doing that, and she said she didn't like it, so I deleted it.
Why'd you care what Shaylin thought of it?
Because she's.
And by the way, Shaylin's MrGirl's girlfriend. For anyone listening.
Right.
But why'd you care? Why'd you care what she thought? Because she was a part of it.
No, because she made the art. She made the artwork. So I asked how she felt about me defacing her artwork. She said she didn't like it. She told me that I didn't have to like. I asked her, "Do you want me to take it down?" She said, "Do whatever you want. I don't care." And so I was like, "Well, if you don't like it, I'll take it down." I deleted it.
Do you think you kind of deleted it to try to?
No.
I guess make amends.
No.
With
no, because I was actually proud of it, and I think as far as an artistic statement, like it was like so effective. In that moment, I expressed how I felt extremely precisely. And just,
but if you were proud of it, why would you delete it? Because if you're proud of it, why delete it?
I wanted to be respectful of Shaylin. I told Shaylin when I deleted it, I said, "Okay, I'm gonna delete it, but I'm still gonna own it because I'm proud of it." I didn't say I'm proud of it, but I am proud of it. And it is a little sick. It was a little sick and mean, but I still thought it was very effective. And
but I still don't get. So if you're proud of this form of artistic expression, like why would you delete it just because Shaylin didn't like it?
Because I defaced her artwork, and if she didn't like it, and as a fellow artist, I respect that, so I deleted it.
Sorry, my dog was scratching the door, but wouldn't you call what you did transformative?
Yeah, it's fine. Well, I only changed her face. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it probably is transformative. But I just being respectful.
So you consider yourself an artist?
Yes.
What kind? Besides your YouTube channel, what kind of art do you do?
I learned how to do oil painting, but I do a lot of stuff, a lot of traditional art, a lot of stuff that doesn't mean anything as far as a job, especially oil painting. Like
I wasn't talking about professionally. I'm just
right.
What you do.
I also play the piano. I do a lot of shit.
When you do oil painting, what kind of stuff do you paint?
People.
People?
Portraits. Yeah.
Is it like people you know personally, or what?
Yeah.
What kind of people do you draw? Okay, cool. So let's get back to this post. Here's kind of a sentence early on that kind of sticks out to me. You say,
Right.
you say you abandoned me and disregarded my well-being for lab's short-term feelings, and in that moment,
That's what I just described.
After my hotline call about parasociality, and you ignored me in the aftermath to protect her, it makes me feel very angry at you. So, why would you actually write that?
That's how I felt. It was incredibly emotionally honest and vulnerable, and I know that that's something that a lot of people will pick up on. And be like, I'm going to use this to hurt you. Fuck you, because they hate me.
My question is, why do you feel so emotionally?
Because
attached to that.
I'm so emotionally attached to that because I can tell you very good a very good reason I was emotionally attached to that. So I before that so I went on the one where I came out of the cage, and then I did that one. I came out of the cage. It was not a big deal. I didn't put a lot of work into that one. Then the parasociality stream thing, I did put a lot of work into that. And before that, I had trained for 2 years to do web development, and I had stopped making art for 2 whole years. And I went to school for art, and like my brain is wired to make art, and it really made me mentally ill to be not making art. And I just got inspired, and I just got overwhelmed. I have to make art. This is my chance. If I do go on the hotline again, maybe I can use this as like a way to ramp up. And it was just like, I can see the way it go forward. And then I leave, and then I just get undermined. He's like, oh, but he doesn't care about my feelings, so he's just, I'm gonna take care of her. And like, oh, whatever, fuck him. And then he took care of her short-term feelings and instead of my long-term feelings. It's exactly what I said.
That's kind of what my question is trying to get at. So I would get being pissed off that like you put a lot of effort in this and he kind of just like cut it short. I get being pissed off at that, but it seemed like, why would you hurt that he wasn't acknowledging your feelings?
No. It wasn't that he cut it short. It was that after I had left and I couldn't defend myself, that's when she started saying that I was crazy and that I should be banned from the hotline, and that like, oh no, it would be hurting him to let him come on the hotline because he's so parasocially attached that you shouldn't even let him for his own good.
Why do you care what some dumb whore says about you online?
Because she undermined, I was using this as a thing to like ramp up. This is my building blocks for starting Smeth, and she undermined that building block on the very bottom of the building, and it pissed me the fuck off. Okay,
but as an artist, don't you get kind of like dumb people?
No,
oftentimes don't get art.
No, yes, but no, dumb people don't get to paint. So I say I paint an oil painting. The dumb person doesn't get to then go up to your oil painting with more oil paint and just like paint a stick figure on it, which is basically what she did, because that stream was the oil painting and she was part of that, and she decided to put a fucking stick figure on top of it.
But the thing is, so when you're talking right now, it sounds like you're mad that your artistic expression was kind of...
I'm mad that you're not understanding me.
No, I understand what you're saying, but your post doesn't read like that. That's where I'm getting a little confused.
My post, I was saying, so my post came after quite a bit, like a week or two after.
It's like, okay, but because your post
he did the stream
is
where
focused on... Can I finish my sentence?
Wait, I just want to give you the... For sure, finish your sentence, sorry.
Yeah, because you're saying... Right now you're saying you're mad that your expression of art wasn't properly acknowledged, but in your post, it seems like you're hurt that MrGirl didn't really acknowledge you.
No, he should have defended me in that moment. He should have, because he understood what I was doing, and he just dismissed it. He's like, oh, well, we won't talk about that. We'll talk about you and how you should not feel insecure. Instead of standing up for me and the thing that I had done, I need to take care of your feelings right now, Leah. And that hurt.
Well, why is he supposed to stand up for you?
because having gone on his stream and put all that work into it, and just have it undermined, and then have him take care of the person who undermined it. Yeah, I think he should probably take care of the people that go on his stream, and yeah.
Why does he need to take care of people who goes on his stream?
Especially given his position on the Destiny stuff, where that's the literal criticism that he has for Destiny. That's why I was so emboldened to give him this, levy towards him this criticism. And but just as far as the timeline, that post you're referring to is maybe a week or so later, or maybe 2 weeks, I don't know, after he had done the stream where he talked to Lav about, had the emotional conversation with Leah about her being like a daughter. And in that moment, I was like, oh shit, this person that doesn't respect me and undermined me is now like, you're attaching yourself to her, and it's like, so does that mean that I'm left out because like, and so I was reliving that experience, and I think that I was wrong in thinking that that his relationship to her as like a daughter, I thought he was saying like she has this orbiter position, or like she's reserved this. No, it's something different. But I felt insecure in that moment, just the way she felt insecure in that other moment. That post was insecure, and people are latching on to my insecurity and my emotional vulnerability because they think they hate me, and it's a good way to make someone hurt somebody. When you find a place where they're emotionally vulnerable, it's a place to crush them.
But in your post, you say, I felt the need to fight for your fatherly love. That doesn't sound like someone who is just mad that they didn't get their artistic expression out. It sounds like someone who wanted to be validated by MrGirl specifically, and you felt like you didn't get that.
No, well, I wanted to be validated him, and I wanted him to validate my art, to make a platform for myself. And so what I felt at the time was the only way to get that now was for him to, like, because Leah is the one who went from the hotline all the way up the ranks, and she became very, very widely known, for better or for worse. So I felt that, oh shit, like the only way I can get that is to be like a fucking son. I don't want that. And I said that in the post. I said I don't want that. And I feel like now I have to fight for your fatherly approval, and you're positioning yourself in a way where I have to fight for your fatherly approval. And I don't think I have to.
That's what I don't get. Why do you feel like you need to fight for that? Why don't you just be your own man? Well, I guess you're doing that now, but being your own man, just make your own pieces of art.
Because I felt that the person he was attached to now, Leah, was the person who was pulling the rug out from under me. So I was thinking, oh, well, that means that there's no rug for me anymore.
So, but why wasn't your reaction just be like, all right, fuck you, I put a lot of effort in this, and you're kind of an asshole just for not appreciating that? Why do you feel the need to write this super long post and post it publicly?
It wasn't super long, but
longer than I cared to read.
Yeah, sure. Especially the formatting was cringe too, because it was all one big chunk. Everybody's mentioned that, which is true. No, because I appreciate one of the things I appreciate about his content is the emotional vulnerability and honesty. And so I was like, I will be emotionally vulnerable and honest to you, how you made me feel.
But why wouldn't you just like DM him or send him an email saying this? Why'd you make it public?
All of his communication with his fans is public.
Yeah, but you can still shoot him a DM. I've even DM'd him back and forth in the past, and not that long ago either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just does that for brief little things.
Yeah, but I'm saying you could have sent this.
I'm not gonna DM him a fucking that post.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But
it would be way more cringe to DM him that than make it a public post, in my opinion.
Oh, why?
Well, it would make me look less bad, but as far as like, it's just way more cringe of a thing to do. I think in making it public, I was owning it.
Yeah, but why did you feel the need to own it publicly? Why can't you just why couldn't you just resolve that like internally and just move on?
Because I'm an emotional man. I like to express myself.
Okay, you that's a retarded answer. You know you don't have to if you feel an emotion, you don't always have to express it publicly in a way that everyone will see.
Not
You can
always.
kind of just like
Not
so
always.
why'd you feel the need so why'd you feel the need for this specifically?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I felt very strongly.
You felt very strongly.
Hmm.
Were you looking for other people's validation?
No.
Were you hoping maybe other people thought like you?
Actually, one of the reasons I posted it on Reddit instead of in his inbox is because it was too long for the inbox.
Okay. I don't even remember. Is the inbox kind of just he sees it, or is that something like anyone in his Discord can see?
Anyone can see the in the inbox. Yeah,
Okay.
it's public.
Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't sure about that.
So I had
Oh.
a history of like giving him like criticism of the shit he says in his inbox, and so I had this emotional criticism, emotional response, and so I was typing it in his inbox, and it was too long, so I cut it out and I pasted it into a Reddit, which is something I'd never really posted on Reddit before. Like that's probably one of my first few posts ever, maybe even the first. I don't even know. But yeah, and I just like, oh fuck, I'll put it on the Reddit.
So, do you understand to like a normal person how you express yourself about this and how this post reads? Kind of reads as if you're obsessed with Mr. Girl. Do you
Especially
understand? Do you understand
especially
people would see that?
especially if you hate me and you're looking for a reason
I
to
don't
think that,
hate you.
or especially well, right. I don't think you hate me. I don't think you respect me, but that's fine. Um,
Yeah, I don't respect you. I
that's
respect very
fine.
few people I meet on the internet.
That's fine. Um,
I actually do like you. Actually, I'll say I do respect you because I wouldn't be talking to you right now, and if I wasn't concerned for kind of some of the stuff I've been seeing.
yeah, I appreciate that.
Because well, we mentioned what the you mentioned the lab girl. I have no respect for her, and I wouldn't really be talking to her like this, kind of trying to
Right.
point out how crazy this all looks to most people.
Isn't it funny though that like people use this to like criticize me after I defended Lav, but the point of that was me being like incredibly mad and like and mean towards Lav. Like, isn't that funny?
Yeah, but I do think you kind of flip flopped later on in
I
what's been
haven't.
going on, or I think well you come across as if you flip flopped. Let's say that.
Hmm. Right.
Because this post was written before Mr. Girl made like the fake sexual assault accusations of Destiny,
Hmm.
correct?
Hmm.
So that's kind of so before Lav was just some dumb bitch who was kind of annoying on Destiny streams, and I guess Mr. Girl streams because at this point I stopped watching Mr. Girl, so I don't really know too much about that.
Hmm.
So going off this post, actually how I found this post is I kind of just looked at your Twitter and saw this really long exchange between you and Sick. And for people at home who don't know who Sick is, he's kind of like this crazy autistic guy. He likes doing long investigations on just random people on Discords. Like my first interaction with this guy, he was like hunting down women who might have been sexually harassed by a mod, going through Discord server to Discord server trying to find any evidence.
Hmm.
And is what I'm saying about the Sick guy kind of. Do you think I'm correct about
I
my
had a
observations, or what do you
sort of.
think about him?
I had a long conversation with him, like at like 2 o'clock in the morning, like a week ago maybe,
Mhm.
and I told him that basically what you said and how I'm kind of like afraid of him, and he laid out his worldview, and I think he's consistent.
Okay, just because you're
But
consistent doesn't mean you're not insane.
yeah, but at least he's consistent. That's good.
Okay, I don't really give a fuck about that if you're doing insane shit. Could you could say MrGirl's consistent, but he's still doing insane shit right now.
He's actually kind of less consistent.
Oh, whatever. I just follow it for the memes. I don't really care that much about it. So, but yeah, but this conversation you had with Sick. So he tweets out, "I'm referring to this post. I'm not obsessed. Hey, at Real Smith, is this you?" And then you go on. Let's see. How many screenshots did it take me to finish this conversation? 6 screenshots worth of Twitter back and forths.
I don't remember this.
It was it started on November 21st, so a week ago. And you guys kind of go back and forth a lot.
That was when I called him and had that conversation with him.
Okay.
After that.
So you say he's obsessed and kind of full of hatred towards you and mischaracterize you, but all he did was kind of just.
I might have been wrong about that.
Yeah.
I might have been wrong about that.
But why would you? But this is my thing. All he did was post a screenshot of the Reddit post and say, right. Is this you? And you say you're mischaracterizing me. Why?
Well, I was freaked out, and I think I'm not looking at what you're looking at. I don't remember what I said, but I think I might have been just freaking out and wrong and just delusional.
Okay, but why would that freak you out?
Because of the context of what you said. He does these investigations into people and stuff. And that, given that context, and then him like posting like screenshots of something I said, and it's like, dude, what's going on here? Are you doing this to me? And I just was freaking out. So that's why I was freaking out. I talked to him about it.
No, fair enough. Since we're talking about this crazy asshole, fair enough. I won't really push back on that. Like, I think, yeah, I might be freaked out if that guy ever messaged me about anything. Even if he just DM'd me hi, I'd probably block him.
Yeah, he's consistent. I've learned he's I don't think I have anything to worry about with him.
Let's see. So I can't find I'm just going through the screenshots, but he kind of questioned you about having a job, and you kind of acted very defensively. Was that because you were freaked out by him, or kind of ashamed by your current living circumstances? I don't even know what they are. I'm just asking.
It's because that specific question is like when people want to hurt you, they'll go for your insecurities, and that specific question hurts because, like I was saying, I was training for 2 years to get a web development job. And I was ready to get it, and I had all my resumes, everything fucking ready, everything laid out. And then I decided, I'm really inspired for this art project thing up right now. And so I put all my work into this, like, this is my job. And so to have people come at me like, oh, you don't get a job or whatever, it's like, no. I'm trying to do that right now. I'm trying to do this. And before I get that job, this is what I'm going to do first. I'm going to try this. And, yeah, so that made me... that was a way to hurt me at that point.
All right, so I think my last line of questioning for you is kind of how you popped up on my radar again, where I got interested because I saw you kind of go on Destiny stream, kind of defend MrGirl's investigation, or not defend, you. Actually, that's kind of the thing. You say you're not defending him, but everything you say comes across as if you're hardcore defending him.
I'm softcore defending him, it's not like I'm defending his actions. I think he has a valid perspective.
What's valid about it? Actually, let this be a long answer because I gotta pee real quick. But yeah, why do you think his perspective is valid about the whole made-up abuse stuff?
Like Destiny himself agrees that he really believes what he's saying, and he's doing it out of principle, and at his own expense in a lot of ways, Go pee. So I just think like, if he's doing it because he believes it, and like then let's listen to what he has to say, and like, and if he's actually insane, we'll know if we listen to him. So
Do you think that what you see right now isn't insane?
I don't think he's perfectly sane.
Do you think a sane person will subscribe to some random chick's OnlyFans asking has Destiny abused you, and email me at maxcarson.com or whatever the fuck his email is?
No, not a lot of people would do that. No. But is doing
do you know that? Because I first saw this like this morning when I was looking through Twitter. I'm just asking if you that he subscribed to some chick's OnlyFans to aid in his investigation.
Well, earlier today, or was it today or last night, I've subscribed to Brittany Simon's OnlyFans to reach out to her to do a stream, and that worked out. So it's a great way to network, I guess. I don't know.
How much did you pay? How much is their OnlyFans?
$20.
How much did you see?
I saw some stuff.
Interesting. Did you did you have some fun with that?
No comment.
Okay. But yeah, but so like on the streams I saw, you said it sounds like you believe that there could be some kind of abuse going on. What do you think could be going on? Not what's going on, but what could be going on?
So the problem with answering that, do you have to fucking pee or not, dude?
I already went and came back.
Oh, you did? What the fuck, dude? Holy shit. Okay. The problem with answering that question is, I said this to Destiny, but I'm emotionally confused, and because I can genuinely empathize with both sides here. Okay, like, but I'm trying to formulate in my mind. So I think that Mr. Girl sees patterns of behavior that, from the Destiny perspective, are perfectly legitimate patterns of behavior because he's running a business and he's protecting his business and.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get at, because you talk in like long circles. Okay, let's pretend you are Mr. Girl. What abuse do you think you see with people interacting with Destiny on his stream?
So like when I was talking about after I left that call, and then he let Leah like trash talk me and kind of say the opposite of what I was trying to do for the whole thing.
Yeah, but okay, now you talk about Mr. Girl being abusive, but what does Destiny do?
That is the criticism that Mr. Girl has of Destiny.
What that
he doesn't protect the people in his orbit
from shit talking?
And yeah, I guess, and it's like I want to wait to the article.
Okay,
really
but
articulate.
I'm not asking you to say what Mr. Girl thinks, but you seem like I'm saying you seem to think there might be some valid. Sorry, I'm a little drunk by now, but he has some valid concerns. Why do you think he has some valid concerns from your perspective?
He's got.
I'm not saying you think it's abusive, but you think there's something there.
His feelings are valid.
Okay, shut the fuck up about feelings.
Jesus Christ.
What do you think Destiny does that creates some credence for what Mr. Girl thinks is abuse? From just what you see. And if you don't know, just say you don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. So
I don't know because I go back and forth on every single thing. So
okay. So when you go against Destiny, what do you think? It doesn't mean like these are your
Like I
concrete
just said,
thoughts that are
like he's not
100%
like
facts, but like
he's not protecting people. He's sort of because the drama is like great content. He's sort of created an environment that enables this kind of this just drama environment that could be hurtful to certain types of people, and it's sort of kind of emboldened and encouraged, but also from the other perspective, I can go back and forth between the perspectives. Like that's just the job, so and there is no other standard being made here for how to do this. Like, so if the solution, if it's abusive and we need to like look at a situation that isn't abusive, we need to imagine that and create it, because like there's not like a lot to go by here. So if it is abusive, I think we can, if we read MrGirl's article and we say it's abusive, I think then the way to fix that is like, okay, then we'll try to like change the way we're doing things, because it's all new. All the streaming shit is new, so there's no rules.
no, actually, I'm gonna hardcore disagree with there. Everything MrGirl's complaining about is just being a public figure, and that's existed all throughout time.
I think it's
if
about
you're
the streaming
somewhat
stuff.
n-
I think it's about streaming.
yeah,
but I don't know. Maybe you're
yeah,
right.
but
maybe you're right.
all his complaints come from being a public figure, which has existed all throughout time. Like,
Maybe you're right.
oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
if you're a public figure, there's gonna be people who are gonna criticize shit you say. That has happened all the time throughout
Yeah.
human history.
Yeah.
And when you're a streamer, you choose to try to become a public figure, so you kind of gotta take what you get. Even making content, making YouTube videos, you're gonna get fucking public feedback. Like, look at MrGirl's fucking Cuties review. That went viral, and everyone called him a pedophile for a year.
Right. But he's saying this is different from that
How?
because of the streaming thing, the streaming
But
colleagues thing.
Okay.
Okay. So you
You understand how stupid that is, right?
I will understand how stupid it is after he writes the article. That's how I feel. Because
What?
I'm willing to read his article.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it too. I'll probably laugh my ass off, but okay. But you seem to think streaming's kind of separate between everything else with being a public figure. Why do you think streaming's like different than that?
Streaming is like making your whole relationship a public relationship, but then having more power than someone else, like as a streamer, and more ears, and everything you say has more weight to it, is a bad way to have friends.
Okay.
And so that in itself, I think, is inherently an abusive situation.
Why is it abusive?
I wouldn't.
That's
That's
where
not a good way to be friends.
See, look, from a normie perspective, because I honestly, before how I found MrGirl was through the Dick Show, a podcast I listened to, and I was like, oh, he makes kind of cool stuff. Well, I'll check out his shit. Then
Cool.
yeah, through him I found Destiny and like the streaming shit, and I really don't get. Actually, I'm pretty dark right now. I forgot my point, but go on. Sorry for interrupting you.
Okay, so all I'm saying is, like, it's just the dynamic between streamers of disproportionate audiences is not a good way to be friends. It's just not a. So, I think, you know what would have solved everything. You know what could have solved the whole thing, if when MrGirl was telling Destiny that he sees him as a friend, if Destiny's like, we're just not friends. Problem solved.
Well, but what if Destiny's?
We can't be friends because I have too much power over your life. So like that.
But see, that's the thing. MrGirl created that power by staying being. Destiny's quote unquote orbiter. He could have went on Destiny's stream and then try doing his own thing, but no, he kept trying to feed off of Destiny's audience and created his own audience through streaming.
Right.
And I would say I think you probably kind of do the same thing with MrGirl.
It's what all streamers do.
Mate, I don't know too much about streamers, but
you just kind of network and you grow your audience. The best, most important way to grow your audience is by networking and collaborating with other people. And so when you collaborate with someone bigger,
you might be able to enlighten me on this. Like, do streamers constantly just collaborate with one big streamer and just feed off that one streamer's audience? Like, that might be normal. I don't know.
There are like solar systems. So, like, the Destiny's like the most prominent of like a sphere of streamers, and so like people have less like. So, I right now, I don't know how many viewers I have, but let's say like I have 10 viewers right now. And I collaborate with someone who has 100 viewers usually. Like, that's going to be really good for me.
Yeah, I get that aspect.
So like so he'll like so Destiny or whoever's at the top, like there's I guess like a Vosh universe or whatever, and whoever's at the top, I guess Vosh is different. I bet Destiny, from what I know, is the best person, like as far as like growing people. He helps people grow, and that's something he deserves credit for. It's really cool of him. But what I was saying is like you got a person that with like a lot of viewers, like the most, and everybody in this universe is like probably a fan of that person. And then you have people like that collaborate with each other that are smaller. And they keep like a tree, and it keeps going down, like a binary tree or whatever.
Actually, I don't know too. I really don't know much of Destiny's history. But do you
like me?
But
10 viewers.
But do you think Destiny, is that how Destiny created his fan base? By just leeching off other people?
He started off really, really early. He was like really early into streaming at all, and he was like a StarCraft player, and he's just like loves to fight and argue with people. So he was playing like StarCraft, and I don't remember. I would never watch these streams, but he was like playing StarCraft professionally, and he was just getting into political arguments while he streamed, and then that became the content. So
he kind of he kind of created his own audience from just hard work.
Because he started when streaming was
okay,
such a
but
new thing.
aren't there so many other big streamers who are like 20 that kind of just like blow up out of nowhere? Like I really don't know too much. Okay,
it's really uncommon. It's like that just doesn't happen anymore. It happened when YouTube and stuff was new, and when streaming was new, that kind of thing happened. But now you have to collaborate to get up. That's the way it works now. You can't just make good content and then they'll come. It doesn't work that way anymore, unfortunately. But it's easy to collaborate. It's not so bad. The collaboration stuff is actually pretty cool. You can network, and it's pretty fun.
But that's what I'm saying. You can network. That's obviously a good thing. That's even a thing like in podcasting, just to get your name out there. But you don't have to like constantly leech off this person, and eventually you got to come out on your own. And it seemed like for a year, MrGirl refused to really just be his own man, and I think that's the issue.
Well, I guess he decided
because when before all this drama stuff, MrGirl did have like an actual like decent sized audience, make decent amount of money. But
no,
I'll say he said he made $80,000 in a year. He said that. I remember hearing a clip of him saying that.
Well, if that's
recently.
true, then if that's true, I don't know why he would have had another job. No, if he made $80,000 a year, that was
that's
just
what he said. That's what he said. He could have been lying.
If he made $80,000 a year, I'm
that's
sure
what I'm saying.
After the Destiny bump. Because he
no,
had
that's what I'm
job.
saying.
He had
in this
another
past
job.
year. That was my point. In this past year, he's made
Yes,
$80,000.
after the
He
Destiny bump.
was a success. Yes, but obviously he kept that on. Is he didn't need to constantly go on Destiny streams to quote unquote get abused, which I don't even know how he got abused.
He had videos.
He has his own fan base that
he had videos that would get like a maximum of like 5,000 views max.
Video.
That's
recently or before he met Destiny?
Before he met Destiny. That was...
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got the boost from Destiny, then he could have set out and yes, he gets that boost from Destiny, and then he could have, from the audience he got from Destiny, made himself into his own man.
Right.
No,
that's
but he
not how
kept
it works, like so he got
okay.
He got so if he only streamed with Destiny one time, he probably would have gotten 100 viewers. 100.
I'm not saying he had a stream with Destiny once, but there was a point where he had his own sizable fan base where he could just be his own man and do what he wanted, not really think about Destiny or what Destiny thought.
I guess maybe a year. You can do that after a year, maybe.
I'm pretty sure within like a few months he was bigger than like a lot of people who go on Destiny stream. Because he's actually like an interesting guy and used to make interesting content, but now he's just like a little sad bitch who just like cries about being abused by like subreddit comments.
Yeah, someone just said for 5 years, MrGirl made hardly any money on YouTube at all.
Yeah, that wasn't my point. I'm saying
you were saying you can just be your own man, but no, the way it works is you network and stuff, and it doesn't
go. He already networked and got his own fan base.
It doesn't just happen like that. You don't just like
he already got. I'm saying. Let's say 6 months ago, in between, he had a sizable fan base. I was even a fan of him 6 months ago. He could have just from there went his own way and done whatever he wanted and collaborated Destiny if it felt like he wanted to. But it felt like he
eventually that's what he did. He said that. He's like
he said that. He said that, then immediately started calling Destiny a sexual abuser.
Right.
And then started harassing everyone Destiny has ever met in his life.
I can't disagree with that.
So obviously he still has this weird obsession with Destiny. I'm saying
yeah, he has attached himself to Destiny in this way.
He's still sucking off Destiny even while he's quote unquote away from Destiny.
Right, he is still attached in that way.
So yeah, he never set off on his own, even though after he got a fan base who like actually liked him, like you're one of them. But yeah, no, he's just a little fucking like coward who was like just mad that Destiny didn't unban him from a subreddit, and that like some of his fans make fun of him. Actually, let's look at the size of Destiny's subreddit versus how many views he normally gets on YouTube. So the Destiny subreddit has
one of the biggest subreddits, right?
It has 170,000 people, 3,000 people online, and the average. So let's look at the top posts today. Today. So the top post is 3,000 people. So what is that, like? I guess 15% of Destiny audience actually actively interacts with the subreddit on a daily basis. I don't think he really has to worry about people making fun of him or assaulting his, I guess, thoughts constantly to a point where it's considered abuse.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the article's going to be about. Like, I don't know if that's what the article's even about. The subreddit. I don't know.
I mean, he's got to reveal some crazy shit to be validated like a tenth of what he's doing right now.
It sounds like you've got an argument with him, not with me. Because my position is like I've already said, I can completely empathize with both sides, and I think both people's feelings, Destiny and MrGirl, I'm willing to listen to both of them, and I think their feelings are valid, and I want to hear both of them out.
What
And
the fuck does that mean? Both their feelings are valid. I don't think
because
one person's in the wrong.
when that
Either MrGirl or Destiny's in the wrong. Like, if Destiny's
in
actually
the
an
wrong.
abuser, then his feelings aren't valid because he's an
No,
abuser.
no, no, I don't
Or
agree. I
MrGirl's
think
just a crazy asshole.
if Mr. Girl is an abuser, his feelings are valid. If Destiny's an abuser, his feelings are valid. That's the type of person I am.
What the fuck does that mean?
Like so, I don't know. Oh, I think it was on the interrogation. I asked Mr. Girl about see, he said he's not empathizing with Destiny right now, which is something I don't like because his whole thing is empathy. And he said that if he were to
Yeah, that's some
empathize,
pussy shit, but go on.
if he well, you're the one who thinks all emotions are pushy shit, so not empathizing would be the opposite of that, you motherfucker.
I don't think I don't think all emotions are pussy shit, but I think how he talks about it is pussy shit.
So Mr. Girl said that he can't be empathizing with Destiny right now because if he did, it would undermine his ability to express himself and how he feels. Okay? And he told me, and I said, so are you saying that someone else should empathize with Destiny for you? And he responded to me by saying that, well, when Harvey Weinstein got and like Me Too or whatever, it's not like people wrote articles like empathizing with him and getting into his mind state, explaining his psychology or whatever. He's like that maybe like, and you know what? I think that's a massive failure on everyone's part, because if we're gonna, and I'm not saying that Destiny is a Harvey Weinstein, I'm just saying if we're gonna learn from the mistakes Harvey Weinstein made, and you want people to not do what Harvey Weinstein did, then not empathizing with him and not understanding why he did it and how he got there and where his brain was, if you don't understand that or talk about it, then you're not going to prevent it from happening again. So even if someone is an abuser, you should empathize with them and you should care how they feel.
Okay, actually, let's use that Harvey Weinstein thing. So, what do you think Harvey Weinstein felt?
I don't know. Like it can't. It's just. I wish someone who could know. I don't know anything about him.
I know what he felt.
Horny.
I know what he felt. Horny, and he had power over women, so he abused it.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that.
What
Humans aren't really that complicated.
Everyone was like ignoring it, and everyone was like agreeing with
people
him.
Were ignoring it because they gained from it. Yeah,
exactly. So he maybe he didn't even know what was going on. Maybe he didn't even know it was bad because everybody around him was a yes man.
Oh, okay. So you think Harvey Weinstein might not have realized what he was doing was bad?
Maybe, probably, maybe not. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that action has been criticized for decades throughout our culture. I think he knew what he was doing was bad. Maybe if this was the 1960s, I'll give you that. But when was the Harvey Weinstein stuff? 2020, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, 2019.
I thought it was 2016.
Yeah, or 2016. Even then, yeah, I think people were self-aware of that. I think there's been a lot of commentary over men abusing their power. I remember being a kid and hearing about that shit.
I guess, but he was the ground zero for that whole kickoff of that whole movement. So
when I say I was a kid, I was born in 1998. So early 2000s, even I heard that. So I think he was probably well aware that what he was doing was wrong. He just didn't care because he had money and power.
Yeah, everybody knows that doing bad things is bad, but maybe he didn't know what he was doing was a bad thing because everybody, like I said, but I don't know. Maybe somebody should look into it. You know, it would be really interesting.
I think a lot of people did look into it.
Right.
So, okay, so do you think streaming culture is abusive to streamers?
Sorta. It's not great.
So why are you doing it?
Because I like it. I think it's I think being an oil painter in 2022 is a choice that a retard makes, and I made that choice when I went to school and everything. And I think if you want to be an artist, you got to be at the cutting edge. And there are other types of art that I want to make and videos I'm making and stuff. But I think streaming is the most powerful marketing tool and most powerful networking tool. And it's just like, it's where the power is. It's where the energy is. So, streaming is where that is at, I think. So. Fucking podcasts. Streaming.
So are you trying to make streaming like your career?
I would. Yeah. Trying. Yeah.
You would? Okay.
I am.
Yeah, so you're trying to do it.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a healthy way to live your life?
Maybe not. I think about that.
Because how you talk about streaming seems like you're just doing it to like make money. It doesn't seem like you really enjoy it.
I don't know. I enjoy a lot of things about it, actually.
Like what?
The production and the art, and so like right now I'm just having a conversation with you, which is important. I think good conversation to have. But
it's kind of a worthless conversation. But yeah, go on.
No, I think it's important for me to address the accusations that I'm brainwashed. Streaming, it's all about the narrative you build about yourself. So
yeah. What narrative do you think you're building about yourself?
Me, I don't think I have much say in my narrative right now. I'm just
but
float
you're
in
the one
toilet.
So yeah, you might not be writing the narrative, but you're the pen in it. Because people wouldn't have anything to say about you if you didn't publicly go on like big platforms saying what you've been saying.
My narrative is that I have some interesting ideas about feminism or the relationship between men and women. So far, I talk about men and men's place in society and in men's place in modern feminism. I've talked about art a lot and the future for art regarding AI and people's commodification of art and making it a product rather than actual artistic learning kind of experience. And what else have I talked about? I don't know. Those are the things that are my narrative, I guess. My narrative is that I'm very emotionally forthcoming, like the fucking letter you talked about. I posted on Reddit. I don't like. I stood up for Leah in a dog pile. I guess that's part of my narrative. And even though that I have a lot of criticisms of her, I still think that the dogpiling thing is unhealthy, and I was willing to stand up for her in that situation.
Do you think you take streaming stuff too seriously?
I mean, if it's my job.
Yeah, but you understand your job is to be an entertainer, not but I don't know, like a thought leader. Streaming is just a source of entertainment, not really.
I had a stream. That's what I talked about with Zonia. I talked about how it's either.
Is Zonia the trans chick? Who talks about trans genocide, or which one is that?
That's probably not Zonia.
Oh, okay, I don't know. I all these people I hear of like once or twice and kind of don't know that much else.
She's not one of those trans people that only scream about trans genocide. There are people like that. She's not that type of person.
Okay.
She has interesting things to say. But
yeah, I don't really know her. So what
I talked about with her was I do think streaming and being a thought leader is kind of it's a good place to be a thought leader, and if you value that, then there's certain ways you could.
Why do you think you should be a thought leader?
I'm thoughtful.
But Do you think like your thoughts on the world are kind of like how people should see things?
No,
Because it sounds like
I don't know. I think I'm very. I don't think I'm very I don't. I don't agree.
I'm not saying you're a toxic person, but I think you see the world as a very toxic place.
If we're going to have streams and content revolving around sharing our ideas and talking about ideas and talking about how things should be and how and describing things you think that are wrong, then that is, if that is just entertainment and not being a thought leader, your attitude is incredibly cynical, and I would say that's what people describe as being a grifter.
Okay. But don't you think for people to listen, especially on these live streams, you got to be somewhat entertaining?
Yeah. I'm working on that.
Because I feel like at this point, a lot of people checked out.
Of what,
Like
this
I'm not
stream?
even, I'm not, yeah, I'm not even, I don't even have the views pulled out. But if I was
Because
listening, to this, I would have checked out like 40 minutes ago.
I was hoping you would give me some better. Why the fuck do you think I'm brainwashed? You just give me some criticism, but you're not telling me when I'm brainwashed. I still need to do a stream.
How you talk.
I still need to do a stream talking about how I'm brainwashed because you haven't even dealt with it, motherfucker. I still need to tell people why I'm not brainwashed. That's why I wear this shirt. To arm you. To call me brainwashed. And you haven't even talked about it. You haven't even gone there.
Dude, I'm not even looking in the Discord. Well, what shirt are you wearing?
MrGirl shirt.
Oh. Yeah, but don't you think don't you think you kind of just like mimic his talking points though?
There's a couple talking points of that I've gotten from him. A couple.
I feel like this whole time I'm talking to like MrGirl Light though.
I guess that's the conversation that I wanted to have. Because why should he get I am not MrGirl. I'm a unique person. Why should he get credit just because I'm a similar type of thinker? Like for instance, somebody was earlier the other day, I asked them if they wanted to come on to this call later, like after you left. They earlier they told me they couldn't. But one of the criticisms they had of me, I have a great idea about feminism. Okay, I think that girls should be taught to pee standing up.
That's retarded.
Okay, and I think that the reason that men, especially
why do you think women should pee standing up?
The reason that men have a healthy relationship with their bodies and their dicks, big part of that is the first thing you learn about your dick is how to aim it to pee. And so you learn that your dick is a toy and it's for you. And girls don't have that. The only lessons they learn about their vagina is that it's a horrible thing to be afraid of and it bleeds and it's painful. And it sucks. And I think that if you taught girls, just like boys, to pee standing up, which they can, it's not as easy, but they can, then they would have that fun relationship with their body. Someone told me that this is something, this just sounds like something MrGirl would say. No, I don't even think he would say that. I don't know if he would say that, but this is my idea, and I had this idea for a long time. And so I want to prove to people
I'm going to agree with you. I don't think even MrGirl is that retarded that he would say something like that.
Thank you.
Do you not understand how much of a stupid, worthless thought that is? Like, what do you think women should just squat over the toilet?
No.
Playing with their pussy as they pee?
You stand up, you spread your legs, you spread it, and you aim your urethra like that.
Okay, so actually, let's correct myself. You're not MrGirl Light. You're MrGirl Retarded.
Someone says MrGirl has said that fucking bullshit, and if he did say that, I don't believe you. That's because this is something I've thought for a long time. So,
yeah, think about little girls taking their first piss is something you think about for a long time.
No, I think about
what you just said that we should teach young girls to pee properly, to play with their vaginas while they pee. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm just fucked with you, man.
I know.
But okay, but you understand why why people would say that's a MrGirl comment?
Because I'm talking about psychology and human development.
Well, no, it's because you're talking about psychology in like the most retarded way possible, and in a way that
So I'm presenting
no,
a new idea.
in a way no human being would
Right.
actually do in
So-
a million years. Because if you spend even a second thinking about it, it's so impractical and doesn't make any sense to do in any way.
So yeah, so I'm
And
presenting a new
like
idea.
the benefit that you think it will have,
It won't. you're saying.
it won't happen or be very minuscule. That is, it just doesn't even matter.
So yeah, so I'm presenting a new idea that comes from a psychoanalytical, developmental,
Ooh, cool.
psychological
Let's talk about psych
perspective.
terms. Well, let's use big words to make my idea sound smart.
I'm just tacking on as many psych terms as I can because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking. I don't know psych terms. So the reason I say psychoanalytical, developmental, psychological is because I'm covering my bases because it's probably one of those. Okay.
No, I've more respect for you than most streamers I hear because they pretend they know what they're talking about. At least you admit you don't know.
Well, I know that women can pee standing up.
It's very uncomfortable for them, from what I hear.
They just haven't learned how.
Okay, if you think about it just on a mechanical level, for a woman to piss standing up, she's got to widen her legs, walk over the toilet, and just let the piss just
Nope.
pour out.
You spread it. You aim the urethra. You can shoot pretty. Women can shoot pretty far too.
Okay, yeah, I don't think most women want to finger themselves as they pee.
Totally can.
Fuck. I wish I didn't have balls so I could sit down and piss whenever I wanted. I envy women on that part.
You just
I think most people
wipe your balls, dude. Just wipe your balls after you piss.
No, I'm a femboy. I care about hygiene.
We'll use like wet naps.
No, I don't want the dog to piss on my balls. That sounds gross. Also, my balls are kind of hairy. I feel like I don't know. I don't want piss on my pube hair.
Yeah, you'd have to shave them.
Yeah, I'm not shaving my balls. I don't want to cut that shit open
They should make.
one day.
They should make. You know how there's stand to pee devices for women. They should make sit to pee devices for men.
Wait. What do you mean? Wait. I just said because I was half listening. What stand-up piss devices for women?
Yeah, they make like they're like a funnel for like women to like they like put it up to the like you don't. That could be part of what I'm talking about, but I don't even think women need that to stand peeing up to pee standing up.
Sorry, I don't go on ChatterBait. I wouldn't know about that shit.
Yeah, I know about this shit. So
yeah, you're an avid user of ChatterBait, confirmed. But so yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it like going back to when you interrogated MrGirl, like when you went on Actually, this is something I want to bring up that I forgot about. What was it true? You spent $40 to talk to Destiny, just for him to like kind of just think you're just like a weirdo. What? Why?
I don't know. Marketing. I paid $50 to MrGirl once to promote a stream of mine.
Okay, but are you that retarded? Why'd you pay to market that stream? You know Destiny was gonna watch it, whether or not you went on.
And marketed it also to his whole audience too. I don't know.
Yeah, his whole audience was gonna watch it because it's on his fucking YouTube channel of his reaction. That's how I knew about it.
Also, I wanted to, if he had, my dream that would have happened there was, because obviously Destiny.
Him to say, no,
Destiny, listen to me, drunken bitch. Okay, obviously being investigated like that is scary as fuck. So I would have hoped that, like, you know, there are certain
he wasn't gonna open up to you because you're just some weirdo.
No. I would hope that there are some concerns that Destiny has that he's like, okay, ask him if he's doing this because I want to know if he's not doing this because it would just make me feel so much better. That's the kind of question I was hoping that he would give me to ask MrGirl, but I didn't get any of those. But because that would have been such like maybe he could like alleviate a lot of his own concerns or something. I don't know, like.
Yeah, but the thing is, you talk in very long circles and
circles.
Yeah, you have very long sentences to get to like simple points.
Yeah, they're not circles. They're pretty straight fucking lines. You can follow them.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. I
if you put down the fucking beer,
yeah, they're straight They're straight lines, but they're about like 30 yards long. But
yeah, what can I say? I'm an athlete. I'm a mental athlete compared to you, I guess.
But why do you think Destiny would respect you enough to have you really ask any questions you were concerned about? Because the public perception of you is you're just a MrGirl simp. So why would he respect you at all to
really
I
was the one
ask any hard-hitting questions?
Because Destiny doesn't have the opportunity to ask MrGirl these questions right there. They're not going to talk.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask him questions. So that was the opportunity. Like, if you have a question for him, I'll ask him for you right now. Like, that was what I was thinking going in.
But didn't you kind of prove that was pointless? Because didn't you interrupt that Will guy whenever he was trying to get into like hard questions?
No.
Or questioning Mr.
No, I did not.
I watched
that is so
twice.
Fucking bullshit. He interrupted me a shit ton of times, and I stopped him. And then when he was talking, I did not interrupt him. Period.
But did you or did you not server mute him during that interrogation?
I did server mute him while I was talking. I wanted to fucking finish my part so that I could start modding.
Okay, so do you
was
think
interrupting me.
Do you think you asked MrGirl hard questions? Yes or no?
A couple of them were hard. Not all of them.
Okay. Do you still have the list of questions like available to you?
Maybe.
Checks and tell me the hardest hitting question you had to ask for MrGirl.
Okay. Take a look. Okay, say something entertaining though while I'm looking.
So yeah, I do think Smith is like an insane retard who is obsessed with MrGirl. This is the sick part about Smith's delusion. I think this is what has infected his brain, because MrGirl has convinced him that he's his own man and that he's like this artistic, free spirit. But in reality, he's just a little like wannabe MrGirl clone. Just like the funny part is there's countless like little like Destiny clones you see on these like Discords, like, ooh, that's a logical fallacy, blah blah blah. Look at this article, and Smith is like, oh, let me just talk about my feelings that
I don't have my questions
valid, even though they're completely insane.
I just realized I don't have my questions. I usually have notepad documents saved everything, but in this case, what I did was I built the server for for the interrogation. I built the server and I made everybody their own channel.
Okay, but
and so I put my questions there and then deleted them. So I deleted all the channels.
Do you remember any of your hard-hitting questions? Because wasn't this like a week ago? Like, what was like? It doesn't have to be word for word, but just like the gist of like a hard question for MrGirl.
I think they were hard. A lot of them were hard for him to answer. I was comparing his what he was doing to things that are optically similar that he's being compared to. Like, the first one was an easy question. The first one was like, are you stalking? Like, no, or not, are you stalking? What is the difference between what are you doing and stalking? That's an easy question. But I still think it's important for him to hammer out, okay, so if people are seeing you as a stalker, can you describe why you're not a stalker? And that's hard to answer. That's hard to answer.
Hey, let's stop at that question. So, I think even Destiny would agree, only like the most like insane retards are calling him a stalker. I don't think the issue is that he's stalking Destiny.
I guess it would feel like stalking. If you were Destiny, it would feel like stalking.
Yeah, but
I'm sure Destiny kind of feels like he's stalking him.
Yeah, but obviously he isn't stalking Destiny. That's not what stalking is. Stalking is actually like keeping like a monitor of their every action. That's not stalking. And also, Destiny would be an easy guy to stalk because he like streams like most of his day.
Well, we're talking about the stuff that's not.
Yeah, but that's not what stalking is. So that's kind of a stupid question. Like, stalking would be like.
It's not a stupid question. I don't think it's a stupid question.
Okay, but the thing is, to stalk Destiny, be like you're monitoring what he's doing like in his off hours. Like,
here's the thing. Okay, I prepared like 30 or 40 questions. I don't know, a shit ton of questions, I had way more questions than anyone else, and also I didn't fight over any of them. I was like, "You're going to answer the question. I'm going to get an answer, and if I'm not satisfied with the answer, I'm going to ask a follow up, and then I'm going to move on."
I don't care about that. I don't care about that part. I don't care about that part at all. Let's focus on the stalking thing and why it's a bad question.
It was an easy question, but it's hard to answer too. It's hard to differentiate.
Not hard. If that's the easy question for him.
Then you answer it. You answer it for him. Why is he not a stalker?
Because he's not following Destiny's every movement. It's that simple. He's asking people what they experience with Destiny. He's not asking like someone like, I don't know, Dan. That's like Destiny's fan, right? So it's like, what is Destiny doing like right now, or what does he do at like when he's off air?
What if I go to your parents or something and I'm like, hey, so how was Mike when he was a kid? And I don't tell you that. I'm going to your parents to ask them that, but I just do it so I can learn more about you. Couldn't that?
I wouldn't call that stalking. I would just call that being a weirdo.
Okay. So now we've moved from stalking to weirdo, and then I had another follow-up question after that. So differentiate. I don't remember what they were because I deleted them because I didn't save them in a notepad, but.
Hey, it doesn't have to be word for word, just like the gist of whatever you ask.
I put so much thought into all these questions that I can't even come up with them on the top of my head. Like,
okay,
one of them that
my bad. I should have taken notes on what I listened to. That's my bad.
That would have been good.
Well, I was listening to them at work, so I was like, yeah.
One of them that that he wouldn't answer because it was too hard, I guess. Was just some random drama that I'd heard about. Like I don't know all the details. That I was just describing
the dumb Discord thing you were talking about. That was retarded. I don't even know why you even included that. Because as someone who think about this from most people's perspective. I'm a guy who just listens to like the YouTube videos of Destiny that like gets posted on his channel. Like I don't listen to the live streams or whatever. It's just whatever's like posted as a video I listen to. That's most of his audience. Like I think what does he get like 10,000 or less people listen to a stream? And he gets like a few 100,000 people listening to the actual video. They're not gonna know what the fuck that is or any context to that at all. That's a stupid question. No one knows what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I was just explaining a situation, like as I don't even know all the details of that drama. I do not know the details of that drama. I was just describing a situation. Like I could even be wrong about all the details. It doesn't matter. I didn't give a lot of details. I just said I was describing a situation. Okay, you're in a Discord, and in a big Discord, and a group of the people in Discord make a splinter server to investigate people, and they make lists of people that they deem problematic, and that list gets leaked.
I just
now
wanna
differentiate.
I want to comment to one of your fans who just tagged me in your Discord.
Yeah, what did they say?
He said it's not stalking. It's even more creepy. Yeah, that's what I said. Retard.
Right.
That's all.
What you said.
I don't know why you felt the need to correct me on what I said by agreeing with me, but go on. Well, yeah, but yeah, going back to that, it's stupid to talk about like some weird Discord drama that you don't even know about because you can't even make the proper connections.
It doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what happened.
You need to know about it since you're the one asking the question, so you can properly relate it to what's going on.
I don't need to know anything about. I could have just made it up. I could have made up the whole thing.
Yeah,
that
would have been better.
Why?
If you made up a hypothetical,
it doesn't matter. It's a hypothetical.
Yeah, but you didn't ask it as a hypothetical. You asked something that actually happened that one in that call knew the details of.
Doesn't matter.
But that's the thing. If you asked it as a hypothetical,
okay, it was hypothetical. Okay, then it was a hypothetical.
No. Listen to me. If you had said it in the hypothetical in the original conversation, you could have set the conditions to where that meant to what you were asking. But because you related to
you know what? I really should have because the way he answered that was to weasel out of it for the same reason.
It wasn't even weaseling because I wouldn't even call that weaseling because like You're asking
Because
about
what he said
situation
was,
you're
I don't know the
about.
details of that, so I can't say
Yeah,
because I can't say one.
yeah,
Does it?
that's what most people would say when asked that. Like there's situations where it'd be like, okay, maybe you go the extra mile. Then other situations be like, maybe
Right.
yeah, I'm
I
gonna do
think he
that.
should have just answered the question from what I
No,
said and just
no.
assumed
Yeah,
that
but you
whatever I
asked
said
a
was.
really stupid question.
There is a Discord where people are making a splinter server and making lists of people and investigating them and calling them problematic, and the list gets leaked, and the people that were doing the investigation got banned. Would
Yeah, but yeah,
knowing no other details, what do you think about that? What do you think about that, Mike?
what do I think?
I don't like situations like that. That sounds really.
Okay.
I think they should let it go to the mods. I think the
Well,
mods
okay.
should be doing that, like not the fucking random users.
No, what I think, yeah, someone who does that is a weirdo,
Yeah.
but it could be justified. Maybe if those people they have a list of are like making death threats or like trying to like dox or like kill like people on the server. Let's say like the list of people was like, I want to rape all the women in the server, and these are the names of all the women in the server. Then that maybe it
You
might
send
be
it to the
valid.
mods though. Then you send it to the mods, especially in a server like that big. The mods are like serious people doing like a lot of work. You know, like
I don't know. Maybe you have more respect for Discord mods than I do.
yeah. Well,
but
you know, well, that's a whole different thing. But
the crazy guy wrote a long paragraph in your server that I'm not going to read. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like you asked, so was that the first or second question? Both your questions were kind of stupid.
okay, no,
was
actually,
the hard-
he ended up answering that question. What he said was the difference is in the situation where I described, where peers are investigating each other. That's the reason that's what he said. Well, in different words, he said that if they're peers, it's way weirder. But if you were, if that group that was investigating the mod team, the people with more power in the situation, then there's no mods for them to go to. So that would have been a different situation than just peers investigating each other when there's a fucking mod team that's supposed to be doing that. That's why that shouldn't be happening. It's because
Yeah, but also the reason that question is stupid because in that situation, at least how you present it, people know people are doing things wrong and making a list of people doing stuff wrong. All MrGirl knows like Destiny wronged him and I guess Lavloon, and is assuming Destiny has wronged other people.
It's also the Anna thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess Anna. That's actually, yeah, I don't really think Destiny did anything morally wrong. I would say he did something retarded, but I don't think he's a bad person for, I guess, continuing to sex Anna. Do you think he is? Or do you think what he did is wrong, at least?
I think it looks really bad, and I want to see like a detailed timeline and like because the thing is when MrGirl, I didn't watch this stream, but apparently like I knew it happened. MrGirl did a like therapy kind of stream where he had Destiny and Anna on, and they kind of just agreed that they need to like part ways and like no communication and stuff. And he kind of, negotiated that.
Yeah,
and
but
if at the time they were sexting and then still sexting after and before, it's a little weird, man.
Yeah, it's weird, but would you
that's
call,
one weird thing.
Okay. So yeah, but would you call that an abusive behavior?
I don't know. Maybe. Depends on how I define abuse.
Okay, well,
yeah, I wouldn't say it's not something you could. It's not something that's illegal. It's
yeah, okay, but okay. Let me say what I think happened from my perspective. Destiny and this Anna chick are just two people who are stuck in a toxic relationship that you see countless times in the real world. And I think that's all it is. Like, maybe Destiny's mentally and emotionally abusing her. I don't know. But just saying like they're sexting isn't enough evidence to like jump to that leap.
I don't know. I don't think like let's say like you work at a big company or whatever and you go to work every day and I guess Destiny doesn't want to say that they're coworkers, but you're both streaming and in public, you
But
say that this
but you're
person's
not
crazy,
acting-
and everybody thinks that they're
you're
crazy.
the story wrong though.
Why?
It's not that you're coworkers. Is that it'd be more like if you're both independent contractors in the same field.
Okay. That's a really good distinction to make. That makes it easier for me. So let's say you're both independent contractors and you're all there's a big community of these independent contractors, and you tell everybody that one of these independent contractors is fucking insane. You have like this big drama about it and everything, and everybody just assumes to even talk about this person, or just talk about me to this person would drive them crazy because they're just not mentally well. And so everybody agrees not even to mention you to them. Everybody agrees to drop the whole thing. Everybody's like, okay, this person's so unwell. They're a stalker. They're obsessed with you. We need to just sever the ties, and that all is negotiated. And all in the background, you're just sexting them the whole time.
But that's not even fully what happened though.
What happened?
You got to add in the part that the chick publicly acted crazy in front of all the other independent contractors, and that also helped form their opinion of her.
Sure. That's
Yeah.
fine. But
then
sexting.
I think that's
like,
yeah. I'm not saying Destiny is the most like healthy, well-adjusted guy. I started this off saying there are two people stuck in a toxic relationship. I think both people are probably equally culpable in whatever
if he's right,
mental.
if everybody's right that she's not well and she cannot handle this proximity to Destiny and everything, then just excommunicado, no communication, like we go our own way. Situation.
That's not how people work, though.
Right, but you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, but that's not how people work.
Because if
I agree.
He is hurting her, and the way he's hurting her is you could define as abuse.
But you're forgetting the fact that he also feels this sick addiction to her. He's also addicted to Anna.
Right.
They're both addicted to each other. They can't control it.
I can empathize with that.
It's not one person being abusive. It's two people stuck in a toxic cycle.
Yeah, but in that kid's situation, he has the responsibility there. Because if she's not well,
why does he have more agency than her?
Because so the whole thing, like he's saying that she has so little agency that we can't even talk about him to her because she's so unwell. It'll send her down a spiral of looping or unhealthy patterns of thought, and she'll take her another month to get over it.
Yeah, but what if Destiny's unwell? What if Destiny's also a little bit crazy?
Right. I don't know. He's the one.
What? He's the one with the bigger audience.
If she talks about him or something on her stream, nobody cares.
I think a lot of people care.
Okay, if she talks about you, Mike, on her stream, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But if you talk about Destiny on your stream, everybody cares.
Mm-hmm. What's your point?
So, being Destiny, and I think personally, I don't like. You should be able to be a powerful man and fuck, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
I agree with that. 100%.
Me too. But in this specific situation, I think it was irresponsible to be sexting her. That's all I think. And I think if you can't if you can't admit that, then you're fucking. Everybody should be able to fucking admit that. You should,
I think he's a retard for still like talking to her, but I don't think that qualifies as abusive. I think that's where the contention is with at least most sane people.
I guess then it's just how you define abuse.
Well, yeah, I think
just a pattern of behavior where you're causing her harm.
But do you understand like that word abuse has a strong connotation? You really got to be very specific when you use that, especially in a public setting to like a large audience of people.
Right.
Directed at one person.
I'm not doing any research project to hammer that out, or like I'm not gonna go. I'm just gonna wait for the article and read what MrGirl has to say and see. And if he doesn't hammer that out, like he's gonna have to give some, like clinical, like or fucking something to call it abuse. But he's the guy doing it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't care. I don't care enough. I think they should just, personally, I wish that they would just come together, and just stop this fucking insane. I don't think this has to be the way it's going down. I can imagine a beautiful world where this is just not so drama explosion bullshit, but c'est la vie.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
I know
ever,
it's
right?
not going to happen. Neither of them want it to happen, so.
So, what do you feel like? Because a lot of people said you went soft on MrGirl. So, you still haven't really told me like a hard question you asked MrGirl. Because like the 2 questions you asked were like something I could just explain away easily.
Well, those are the only 2 I remember, dude.
But what do you? But you say put a lot of thought into it, so you would think you would remember like at least like, this question is gonna make this guy squirm.
I put a lot of thought into it because I had so many questions and I constantly was writing them down, and so it's not like I remember any specific one. I was for a whole week I was writing questions.
Let's do a little role play. Pretend I'm MrGirl, just spitfire me questions about the drama, and I'll try to answer the best I can as if I'm
what I'm
MrGirl.
saying is I spent a week writing those questions. If you gave me a week, I could give you questions of equal caliber. The thing I think that people were picking up on was I was not coming at it from. Okay, they were thinking when they were thought of the word interrogation, they were thinking like.
Yeah,
Spanish,
you did.
They were thinking. Strictly by the definition, it was absolutely an interrogation. What I did, but they were thinking Spanish Inquisition thing, where you're literally torturing someone to get them to say what you want. And so when he answers one of my questions and it doesn't follow what they want him to say or something, and a lot of the answers he gave me, I didn't necessarily like. A lot of the answers he gave me, I didn't like. So when he gave me an answer I didn't like, what people wanted me to do was like, well, fuck you. This is what I think. So I think you should shut the fuck up and agree with me, motherfucker. No, that's retarded and it goes nothing. I was trying to pin him down.
Isn't that what MrGirl does on his streams, though?
I guess. But I'm not MrGirl.
Okay.
I think it's more productive in this situation where we're given the opportunity to ask him a shit ton of questions, to force him to pin himself to specific ethical standards, and then say, so that when moving forward we can assume he's doing that, and if he breaks those ethical rules, then he's doing something wrong. But like,
I'm going to talk from the perspective of the viewer. When I hear a MrGirl interrogation, I expect more than one person to really ask like, what do you think was abusive? What do you consider abuse?
No, because that's what it's going to be in the article, motherfucker. Like, he can't say that. He cannot say that yet.
Yeah, okay. Well, how long is he going to write the article?
I don't know.
How long is it taking? How long does his investigation have to go on? What's going on?
Every single day. He says a month.
If you're not going to push him on it, then don't do an interrogation stream, because that's what people care about.
Well, then the thing that I could get out of him was making him hammer down the ethics of the investigation, and that's what I did, because that's what I could get out of him.
Okay, remind me, what did he say the ethics of the investigation were?
I asked, like, all of my questions were aimed at that.
No.
Every single one.
Just give a quick summary of how he thinks he's being ethical in his investigation.
He thinks that, one of the, no, I cannot give you a quick summary, but one of the things where people have a contention where they're saying that, him, saying that he considers himself a victim of abuse when he's asking people to talk to him. People are saying that that's unethical because he's priming them. He's saying the only way to reach out to people that is ethical would to be admit to his own bias. And both of these things, priming is seen as unethical as a fact, and admitting and refusing to admit to your, or not admitting to your own bias is also unethical. So I guess in this situation, he's picking the one that he cannot be certain that that adhering to the ethical standard of admitting to his own bias is indeed not going to cause a priming situation. But maybe it will and maybe it won't. So he's adhering to the one thing that he can control, which is admitting to his own bias.
You understand that the fact that you even given any of this like any credence is insane.
Yeah, I understand you're saying that. I understand the whole thing. I understand all. I understand.
What do you think about me calling you insane for how you even given him any validity at this point?
I don't know, man. Man.
No. How do you feel right now? You're an emotional guy who likes to express himself. How do you feel about me saying you're insane for even like giving him even like an ounce of what do you streaming people always say? Good faith.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that right now?
Like, I would say 2% anger and 98% just nothing. I just feel nothing.
Ah, so you're angry. You're slightly angry at me for saying that.
Yeah, a little bit. That's it.
Why? Where does that come from?
Because it's just so dismissive. My attitude I'm coming from here is I just don't want to be dismissive to anybody. Even if, and I don't know what evidence or lack of evidence MrGirl has. So even if MrGirl has a shit ton of evidence even if he has a shit ton of evidence that Destiny's the worst person in the world, even if he had all that, I still would want to hear everything that Destiny has to say, and I still would want to take him seriously.
But the thing is, I'm going off just the evidence I've seen, and it seems like MrGirl has nothing.
Well, it's because he hasn't. He said he's willing to give zero evidence out until the investigation is done, because he's promising everybody he's talking to that it's that's his that he cannot tell us anything that if he were to tell us anything, it would be unethical.
Yeah, but do you know the group of people he's talking to? They're insane, like drama whore streamers. If any of them had anything to give MrGirl, they'd be out publicly like, yeah, I gave MrGirl the most damning evidence against Destiny. And then that would be like the content cycle for the week or whatever. Like, ooh, what did whatever dumb whore streamer number 8 have to say about Destiny?
Maybe you're right. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Okay.
Maybe you're right though.
But okay. Why are you giving MrGirl so much like room, so much more rope than the average person? Because honestly, I was a MrGirl fan before I even knew who Destiny was. Well, correct. I knew who Destiny was, but I never watched Destiny content before MrGirl. And I'm saying like MrGirl is fucking insane right now.
Mm-hmm. Like I told you, I have this attitude about pretty much everybody. Well, like, so if not everybody, I don't think that. I think that MrGirl believes what he believes. I think he's following principle. Maybe it's possible that he is fixated on this and is delusional. That's possible, but he believes it and he's doing it out of principle. So I want to hear what he has to say before I discredit what he has to say before he says it.
But so do you think anything he's done has discredited him in any way? Anything he's done publicly so far with it during this whole thing?
I think. Oh yeah, this reminds me of one of my most important things I brought up in the interrogation. The fact that we're even talking about this is very problematic for an investigation of this type. The fact that this is now a public discussion is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't MrGirl that made this public.
Who made it public? Let's do the little clickbait thing. Get your channel some views. Who made it public? You want to say the name, and don't give her real name. Give her internet name so it gets the views. Say it. Come on, let's go.
Well, no. So Leah.
Who made? No, no,
Leah?
no, 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 no. It wasn't Leo. Wherever the fuck gay ass name you said. Lav Loon, the
No.
chick who said Hassan fucked a minor.
She didn't make his investigation.
Wait, no. Hey, this is me trying to get you views.
I can wait.
Hey,
I can wait.
Hey, the person who fucked up MrGirl's investigation was the guy who accused
I can wait.
Hassan Piker, Lav Loon.
I can wait.
Of being a pedophile online publicly on her Patreon for the whole world to see. Go on. Sorry, what was your point?
She did not make his investigation public.
Who made it public?
She made accusations about Destiny. She did not say anything about MrGirl investigating at all. She made irresponsible accusations towards Destiny. Then Destiny.
What was those accusations? Say them. Get those views. Get
she compared him to Harvey Weinstein, and I didn't watch that stream, but I know whatever she said.
Ooh, dude, clip this out and add in her saying Destiny's basically Harvey Weinstein. That'll get clicks.
Whatever, dude. I didn't even watch that. It doesn't matter because she didn't do the thing that I was talking about, so it's irrelevant. She did not out the investigation that MrGirl is doing. She made an accusation towards Destiny, and I would assume from everything I've heard and the little bits of it that I heard, it seems irresponsible of her. So what? She's irresponsible. So after that, Destiny, having been told in the background that that MrGirl's doing this, is seeing the pieces fall together, and he's freaked the fuck out. He's like, what the fuck is happening right now? What are these people doing behind my back? And so he goes on his stream and he tells people, hey, this is fucking going on. And I need to protect myself. So that's where he came from. And I understand that. It was not his job. It's not just Destiny's job to make sure that MrGirl's investigation goes in an ethical manner.
Yeah.
So
it's not Destiny's job to help MrGirl pin him as a rapist.
No. So, but what he did was he made MrGirl's investigation public, which is not a ethical state of affairs. The fact that we're talking about this right now is, I think, not a good thing.
Well, it's too late for that, buddy.
Well, who's to blame?
No. I think what you have to say is actually wrong. I think the fact that Destiny went public about it would give any victim credence to just go after Destiny. Let's say there were real victims out there.
That's what MrGirl says. That's what MrGirl says, and I disagree. I don't think it should be public at all. I think even if it's harder. You're saying because MrGirl says.
I agree. It probably shouldn't be public, but I think the fact that it is would give any real victims oh, there's this guy I can go to. Let me go to him and tell him my story.
Why is this a fucking drama stream? It's all supposed to be, am I hypnotized or not?
Well, honestly, going into this, actually earlier today, I DM'd someone who knew about this. Yeah, I think this is gonna be boring. I don't even want to do this anymore. But I said I'd do it, so I showed up.
Well, thank you. Even if you've done a piss poor job of making me sound like a hypnotized person.
Actually, after I saw the Femboy stuff and your post about how men and women should date, I was more interested in that than the MrGirl shit, honestly.
Well, you know what they say about piss poor. When a woman stands up to pee.
But let's go back to actually the original thing. Actually, the Femboy stuff and your posts on Reddit. Do you not think you're kind of making yourself out to be a lolcow?
Now here's the real beef of the conversation. No.
For real?
I think
Do you not think other people would see you as a lolcow?
for sure, maybe. I don't know.
You literally said you dressed up as a femboy to try to
Well,
be.
it was very pathological. It wasn't like I had a specific reason, but that was a big part of it.
Okay. Yes. You try to dress up as a femboy to get a sugar mama.
No,
That is lolcow
it wasn't.
behavior.
It wasn't to get. It was not to. I won't. I won't indulge that.
That's what I'm saying. That's
It
how.
wasn't.
That's
It wasn't to get
yeah,
a sugar
yeah,
mama.
okay, yeah.
It was
Okay.
because I wanted to be treated the way that I saw women being treated around me in my life.
Okay, yeah, but that's not how people are gonna see that. Do you
Sure.
understand that?
Right.
People
But
are gonna see it-
that's why I clarified.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, let me tell you something. People on kiwi farms do not give a fuck about how you're gonna clarify shit at all. They're just gonna see, oh yeah, this guy Smith put on yoga pants, a crop top T-shirt, a little nose ring, and started like shaking his ass to every old woman he saw. If I was on kiwi farms, I'd be like, Smith went to every funeral, well, at every retirement home, just to like shake off his little femboy ass to get that fucking retirement money because he just wanted that old ass pussy.
I worked at a retirement home.
Okay.
It's a scary place.
Ooh, one of your fans just said, "Oh, Smith
Not a
is not
retirement,
even
nursing
lol-"
home. Not a
Yeah,
retirement.
whatever. But yeah, one of your fans just said Smith is not even a lolcow. He's a lolcow of a lolcow. How do you feel about that?
That's what you would say, right? Because you think MrGirl's a lolcow. You said that.
I'm literally reading a comment right now.
No, I know, but you said that you only liked MrGirl because you thought he was like funny to watch because he's a lolcow.
I think he became one. I think he said a lot of thought-provoking stuff in a funny way, but I don't think if you took his stuff verbatim is how you should live your life at all.
That's fine.
I think in his actual written videos he was very hyperbolic to make a point. Like, 'cause I think in the cuties thing, I don't know, maybe he actually thought like the little 10-year-olds were hot and jacked off to him, but I don't think he actually thought that. I think he said that to kind of speak to something more about society, how we sexualize kids on a day-to-day basis, and we don't even realize that. And he spoke in a hyperbolic way. But his actions the last, 2-3 months, or whatever the fuck long he's been, has made him into a lolcow.
Hmm. Well, I can't milk these.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't milk them.
But what do you think of people? Because it's not, apparently it's just not my thought, but like people see you as a lolcow, and I'm assuming probably the average Destiny fan thinks of you as a lolcow.
I don't care.
Do you actually not care?
Not really.
So if you don't care about people's perspective of you, didn't you say you want to be like a thought leader? Wouldn't that be, if you want to be a thought leader, I don't think I would want like hundreds of thousands of people to think I'm a lolcow. It'd be different if you were making like comedy videos and yeah, you kind of want people to laugh along.
I think as long as I have people that want to listen to me, I think some people will actually listen.
What do you think you have to offer more than someone like MrGirl or Destiny? How is your perspective different and like unique enough to that your thoughts are really worth listening to?
I don't know. I'm just.
I would think if my goal was to be a thought leader, I would have like kind of a fleshed out thought about that.
About what's so special about me?
Special, or like what message you want to send out to people or whatever. Like, what do you, if you want to be a thought leader, what do you want people to think about?
I'm an empathetic artist type. That's the type of person I am, and I'm very thoughtful, and I'm a genius.
That says
Is that
nothing.
what you want me to say?
No, that's actually the most like boring answer I could have.
Well, then it's a boring question, isn't it?
No, I think you just I don't think you realize you're just like a little MrGirl clone and have nothing unique to offer. Because if you actually did,
give me some details. What am I a MrGirl clone about?
You focus on empathy. You have really weird thoughts about women and dating relationships. You have really autistic thoughts about abuse, and that I don't think most people would agree with your thoughts about abuse.
What are my thoughts about abuse?
I think you think it's a lot more subjective than it actually is.
I think it is subjective.
And I don't think most people would see it as that.
Sort of. No, well, you can abuse somebody without them knowing that they're abused.
Can I say that again?
You can abuse somebody without them knowing that they were abused.
Well, yeah, no shit. That's the most basic.
When you say
like,
that, I think it's
psychology
subjective.
thought.
Like it's not subjective in that like it's up to the victim to know if they were abused.
I'm not talking about the victim. I'm talking about how most people would see abuse.
Yeah, it's really hard to paint that line in an objective way. If you think it's subjective, you're a retard, because you can't define. It's something we're gonna have to have arguments about. So
no. I'm saying your what you see as abuse is a lot looser than when most people see it.
Looser.
Yeah. You think so a subreddit making fun of you could potentially be abusive. I don't think most people would see that as abusive.
I don't know. When I say when I imply potentially be abusive, what I'm implying is I'm gonna get rid of my pop filter for this one. I'm gonna wait for the fucking article.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about the MrGirl thing right now. I'm just saying in general, it seems like you have a lot looser version of abuse. Because you think like there might be some credence to like the subreddit stuff.
Maybe. I'm gonna wait for the article.
No. Okay, I'm not saying that's what MrGirl's gonna write in his article. I'm saying you think there might be something to the subreddit stuff by how you're talking about it.
I don't know. I don't think that there's anything wrong with being criticized.
Okay, then if you say that, then are you willing to say from what you publicly seen, Destiny has not been abusive? What you have seen publicly? I'm not saying Destiny hasn't been abusive, like in a way that like most viewers wouldn't see, but what you, from your point of view, has Destiny been abusive?
From my point of view, has Destiny been abusive? To who?
To MrGirl.
To MrGirl?
Before the fucking
because I would say after what we described where Lav made an accusation, I would say Destiny has been abusive towards MrGirl. Before, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm gonna wait till the article because I'm not MrGirl. I don't know the details, and I don't know the details because I'm not him.
That's what my question is. From what you have seen, do you think what
you
you have seen on screen, was it abusive?
From what I've seen
on screen and from like whatever like fucking social media you've seen in peripheral, do you think Destiny was being abusive, MrGirl?
I didn't think it at the time, no.
Okay. That's all I was asking. Yeah, I don't really know what more there is to ask.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to end the stream. You saying I don't think Destiny was abusive. That's what I heard.
Nobody.
That's what I heard. Mr. Girl's
If he's
completely in the
abusive,
wrong.
if he was
Mr.
abusive,
Girl, I heard you. What I heard was Mr. Girl is a crazy psycho who's just making up shit, and the stream should end right about now. Now.
right?
She hit end stream.
No. It's my stream. You can leave though, but it's nice talking to you. Appreciate the conversation.
Yeah, but I kind of want to hear what you have to say, and I'm not gonna bother looking at your YouTube channel. So let's just pretend I'm not here. What's your final thoughts, and I'll be quiet.
My final thoughts. I would say, actually, here's something worth noting. The way that if Destiny was abusing MrGirl before any of this, I would say that the way he treated MrGirl is a way that I wouldn't be bothered by. I don't think.
Okay, that's such a shitty final thoughts. How did he treat Mr. Girl? Let me help you out a little bit. I said I was gonna be quiet, but like, how do you think he treated Mr. Girl? I'm trying to help you be a better streamer right now. If you want to be a thought leader, you gotta.
How do I think?
You gotta express your thoughts a little better.
Okay, I think that MrGirl is going to write about this from his own experience. So from a viewer experience of just being a viewer, I saw Destiny platforming MrGirl. I saw him giving him a shitload of credibility where everybody kind of hated MrGirl. And he put MrGirl in a situation where people would actually listen to what he had to say. Now, amidst that, I'm sure MrGirl is going to write something about his experiences with Destiny and how parts of that were abusive towards him. But I don't know what those are.
Thought-provoking final thoughts. I really hope that moved the audience.
He's a little bit of a troll. He's a little bit drunk, I guess, whatever. Mike's alright. Alright, nice talking to you.
Alright. Wait, are you ending the stream? I'm gonna stay here till you end the stream. I might not talk, but I want to hear your thoughts. I don't want to find out like 4 months from now that like you said some like shady stuff to me that I didn't bother listening to.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
I don't know. Hey, Mr. Girl said he would never betray Destiny, and look where we are now.
That's true. I don't like how that. I don't think I would ever. If I said I wasn't going to betray someone, I think I would really. It would really take a lot for me to really betray someone, you know.
Actually, are you wanting to keep streaming more, or?
I was gonna wrap it up.
End it. Okay, because someone just said something in the Discord that might be interesting to talk about your thoughts.
What'd they say?
How do you think? What's your thoughts about how Mr. Girl treated the professor?
Oh,
guy.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
This is called a motherfucker.
I didn't listen to that stream, so I don't know. But the Stardust thing, where MrGirl was really pushing on her, saying she was playing games after she was saying like she was raped. What do you think about that?
She didn't. I don't.
Actually, I have a question. I don't even know that because I think I listened to like the not makeup stream, but like the one where they were trying to make up.
Mm-hmm.
Has Stardust explicitly said she was raped? I literally don't know.
I didn't even know that. So, I guess maybe she said that at a different time.
But okay, in that situation, how do you think MrGirl handled that situation? Do you think he was in the right, wrong? Because I remember him saying like, "Oh, you're just playing games. You're just playing games with this guy because you don't want to put out when they want to. You're like you have this rule like you want to wait like X amount of time, whatever the fuck it was."
Yeah, I think that was the point of the conversation, though, right?
Was it?
Yeah, that was the conversation they were going to have. Was about, oh no, I think they had another conversation just about consent or something, and it turned into that conversation, and then they went to have a conversation specifically about like the holding off and like making men wait, and like he was calling it like a test.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say playing games. He called it like a test.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the thing they were trying to have a conversation about. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna say like, for what I remember with the Stardust thing,
2 minutes and 20 seconds.
No, I was gonna say with the Stardust thing, I think I agree with you from what I remember about it. Because I think I think the thing was they were supposed to have like a conversation about consent. And I think he wanted to go deeper in it than probably what most retarded Twitch streamers are used to. So yeah, I'll give you that one, Smith. That's one tick on your column.
I didn't even really stake out much of a position there. I think if my column isn't the MrGirl column.
I was giving you one check in the Smith column because I don't think I agree with you on just about anything else. So.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for this song to finish.
I just wish you let me grill you on the Femboy stuff more. I was way more interested in that than anything else. Once you cut off about sex, I kind of lost interest and just started drinking more. And
yeah, you fucking just wanted to insult me and my sexual proclivities and my behaviors.
That was the initial thought going into this, but after I learned about them, I was like, ooh, that's a lot more interesting than the gay-ass MrGirl stuff. I have so many questions about you being a femboy. You just wouldn't let me ask them. Why is that? Are you ashamed, Smith, of your sexuality? But hey, as a thought leader, wouldn't you want to like be proud about like who you are and what you are?
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like you are.
All right. 10 seconds left until this song is done and the stream is ending.
I'm just gonna say Smith is sex negative.
Well, there you have it. Smith is sex negative. And I'm absolutely positive that he just